to have a great time. With 5 acres, indoor and outdoor play areas, an agility yard, and a swimming pool, there's something fun for every size dog. Trained pet care technicians supervise play groups 7 days a week, equipped with the latest air purification technology and cleaning protocols to keep your dog safe. Visit the website at dogpartyusa.com for more information.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Carrie Earwood in Rogers and Derek Wardlow in Rogers.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone, group chat, smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hi everyone, I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall. Hope you're having a great hump day. Temperatures are going to remain on the cool side today. We'll only be in the low to mid 70s by lunchtime. You'll notice the clouds with a mix of sunshine, but we're not going to warm up too much. We'll stay in the mid 70s to low 80s across the area. Tomorrow is an impact day. We've got showers and storms that can move in overnight tonight. We're going to see that increasing for your Thursday morning and those temperatures staying well below average. With your Get Ready weather, I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall.
KAKS Goshen Fayetteville, K237GR Johnson. Arkansas football begins in 94 days. Coming to you live from the Crane Automotive Team Studios. Covering the Razorbacks like no one else.
The one thing that the coaches and the people who are opponents to talk radio are totally right about is it is by nature a negative process. Losing is better than winning.
Derek Ruskin.
I want to talk to the idiot who put that moron on the air.
Zach Arns.
I think this building should be condemned. There's serious metal fatigue in all the load-bearing members. The wiring is substandard. It's completely inadequate for our power needs. And the neighborhood is like a demilitarized zone.
Like it or not, another hour of Ruskin and Zach starts right now.
Ruskin and Zach here. Welcome. How you doing? It's ESPN Arkansas and the Hit That Line Now app, which is brought to you by Taco Bell. Good day around here. Right? Right. Speak it into existence. Zach is still recuperating, whatever the wording is there. So once again, taking time from his busy schedule, Ty Richardson is spending time with us here on Ruskin and Zach. Hello, Ty.
Ruskin, Denver Bill. Good to be here again.
Denver Bill's here as well, in his usual spot. And, we're locked and ready to go. Big playoff baseball coming up. All kinds of cool stuff going on out there. And we are here. Thunder fans, how we feeling?
Closing out tonight, baby.
How we feeling? You do not want to go back to Minnesota.
Get it done tonight in Paycom.
Don't want to go back.
First time in the finals since 2012. It's after some years, some lean years, as we like to call them. It is
very lean years.
It's good to be back in the throes of the best teams in the NBA.
I like the way you said that because you didn't say finals. You didn't touch the money because it is not done yet.
I guess the franchise, I guess technically the last one was 79.
Yeah, the Sonics.
Sonics won in 79. Yep. No OKC fan was actually a Sonics fan, though, prior to.
No.
And I wasn't. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that. Even though I did see, I think I watched a Ray Allen Supersonics team in Madison Square Garden one time, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I'm sure glad that Seattle doesn't care about sports, with the exception of the Seahawks, and they gave us OKC.
Well, they got Climate Pledge Arena up there with the Seattle Kraken in the NHL. The Mariners are all right.
That is a cool mascot. The Kraken is
The Kraken.
Yeah.
Release the Kraken.
And Utah it's the Mammoth, not the Mammoths, the Mammoth. I guess is what.
Oh yeah, they changed it. Yeah. Hockey club was too boring for them, I guess. So they go to the Mammoth now. Here's the text. Jeff is actually going to the game in an hour, which will not make sense if you're listening later, but you know how this thing works. Matt and Jeff in Springdale going to the game tonight. Could watch the closeout game for the Thunder against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, Ty, you do know, I mentioned this a second ago. You know our standing policy on you don't touch the money on in the playoffs, right?
As in don't bet, or what do you mean?
No.
I don't think I've heard this.
I'll give you a great example that somebody gave us. So in 2018, with 2 outs to go, Christian's dad's at the game and he yells out "National Championship." That's touching the money because it wasn't done yet.
He did text us.
You don't touch the money. So there'll be no conversation this week about Super Regional or Tennessee or any of that. It's touching the money.
Smart.
Touching the money. Don't do it. So that's our policy. There'll be no touching the money. Talking about beating Notre Dame. There'll be none of that. All right. So Thunder fans, don't talk about the NBA. Don't talk about the Larry until you win one or you get a chance to go to the finals again.
So
that's the rule.
Based on that logic, Zach should not be parading all summer, jumping up and down about how the Fighting Irish are going to come in here week 5 and win that game.
Yeah, but nobody's able to stop him from doing that. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? That's right. Andy's got it. So should I make reservations for Omaha? No, Andy. That's touching the money. Don't do it. We don't even talk about that place until. See, you need like in hockey. If you never win the Stanley Cup, like you're not even in the same room with it ever. That's the kind of reverence you need.
That's
right.
Cool.
Like, don't say
Lord Stanley's Cup, as I listened to yesterday for the first time.
That's right. Don't mention O-Town until you earn the right to go to O-Town. That way, you won't be a jinx. Those are the rules.
So, like, as Arkansas fans, are we not allowed to mention the college football playoff until we actually go to the college?
Probably not.
We can mention BCS. We went in 2010, which was an electric factory. Still lost, but I guess we can't mention the college football playoff.
No. Ross in Paris texting us that he's not going to the game. All right. Thank you for the update. That's good to know. You can text us or call us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. The number is 877-377-6963.
Now, I don't know this. Who is your NBA team? I know you're a Nationals guy, but who's your NBA team? Do you have one?
I don't really have one. When I lived in Fort Smith and was a single guy with nothing going on, all the Thunder games were on Uverse. So I ended up watching a lot of those. And this is when it's Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka, James Harden, all that stuff. Kendrick Perkins, who I hated at the time.
Yeah,
hated him.
And he proclaims to be like the reason they got to the finals.
No. They got to the finals in spite of him.
Yeah.
He was useless on that team. Useless.
They brought him back in and they showed him like a highlight reel of one highlight. They didn't have enough compiled of the different things that he did over the years.
He was my least favorite player on that team.
He's that guy in the group project that is a part of an A and like exclaims to the world that he's the reason this group got an A in spite of like him almost ruining the project, like you said.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. So then they blew that team up and I lost interest in the whole thing. And so I haven't really been affiliated with anybody.
Jump back on, man.
Since then. Oh, you can't jump on now. That's front running.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
And I love to dog and rip on Chiefs fans, but I realize that in the same thought process, I'm the same person as an OKC fan. Like I wasn't a Sonics fan, and then I kind of jumped on. That was the the second NBA game I went to, the first one was in MSG, like the Ray Allen game, and that was the second game.
What year was that?
Man, that was way back. Like, I want to say that was the year they lost to the Lakers in the Western Conference semis, maybe a year before. But they weren't Kevin Durant, James Harden, Russell Westbrook just yet. They were getting there.
Okay,
so I was still a kid.
Because see, when a team moves to your area, like you're not a front runner if you became a Thunder fan in like 09 or 07, whatever they
it's kind of around that.
Because that's when they came to your vicinity.
But the Chiefs have been a franchise for how long? And then
since they've been in Kansas City since '61.
Okay, and there have been more Chiefs fans in the last half a decade or 7 years, whatever it's been, than there has been in the history of that franchise.
Yeah. The test on that is name the quarterback before Mahomes. And if they can't, then they're a fraud. That's how you...
And that's not even... It's Alex Smith.
Exactly. It's not even a hard question. Right.
There's Brody Croyle.
It was bad.
It was not a good... I love Dante Hall. That was one of my favorite
He was exciting.
Mid-2000s Chiefs.
Bill was not a fan, I'm sure.
No, I'm not a fan of that little midget. He torched my Broncos always. Always.
I just noticed we got a retro... I just noticed the flag in the background, in your backdrop, man. That's awesome.
It's the biggest flag in the building.
I don't know how I just noticed it.
It's the proper Broncos logo, some would say.
This
right?
is
the old blue and orange crush thing.
Y'all's studio looks like how my room used to.
Yeah.
Even 6 years post-college, I had every crevice of my room decorated head to toe in some sort of memorabilia or something. And I had a girl space friend, not a girlfriend, girl space friend, sit me down one time and go. She was honest and blunt with me, and I appreciate girlfriends are like that. It's like, you ever want to have a girl at your house or your room? Probably need to lose some of or put it in another area of the house. And I was like, okay, that's fair. Hadn't helped, as we could tell, but at least that's one less bad thing in my life that makes me less attracted to a female.
Two things. I know you didn't have Plinko, and I know you didn't have a bomb. We have that going.
Yeah, we have a bomb in there. It may be hot. We're not sure.
One of you, geez, that's kind of scary.
We don't know.
One of y'all put the Plinko on your social media, and I hadn't seen one of those in a while, and I was felt like a kid again seeing the Plinko board. That might be the best thing here in the Crayon Auto Team Studios is that Plinko board.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Or the Club Dub sign,
which I made because the original was haphazardly thrown away.
Who did they beat again, Derek?
Was that the Colorado State game where O'Grady ran with his helmet off for a while?
Was it the return?
What do you mean?
Because did they go to Colorado State the year before?
Yeah, they lost there and then they won here.
Okay.
And everybody thought, well, this is the game that's going to ignite the whole rocket ship. And
it did.
That did not. The rocket ship was a dud.
By
the way, did they ever figure out why C.J. O'Grady was more interested in playing video games than football? Did we ever figure that out?
I don't know.
God, the media around here went gaga over that kid. It was It was uncomfortable. How much they loved him. It was very unusual.
Yeah, he had all the talent in the world. I mean, he's a kid that literally grew up. I say grew up. He was 100 yards away from the University of Arkansas campus at FHS. Man, there's always pressure on kids in Northwest Arkansas. But if you go to Fayetteville High School and then you obviously move on to the U of A and play football, I know BA and Austin did it, and Brooks and some other guys, but the amount of pressure that those specific guys go through, Dre and some of the others, it is. I'd argue it's outside of a 5-star in the state. I'd argue they have the most pressure from any fan, just because a lot of people know who they are even before they get to campus.
Yeah, probably it's tough. But nobody seems to. A lot of people, frankly, don't seem to care about how difficult it is to be from here and play at that school and all that and all the. They only see the good. They don't see the bad. You know what I mean? They see all the perks. They don't see the the anxiety. It's Arkansas, so it's going to go bad at some point, and you're going to get crushed by the people when that happens. A few weeks ago they were crushing old what's his name McIntyre, and I'm just like, wait, hold on a second here. This guy does everything you want. He stays here. He goes to school there. He stays there. He doesn't take money to go where else. And you're going to rip him over something? Get out of here. You're a fraud. It's completely ridiculous.
He's been on record, talked about how much he's wanted to be a Razorback for basically since he started breathing.
And that's the thing right there. Is a guy like that still gets crushed. That's the problem. That's one of the problems right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's everything you could want, and still, a couple bad outings in the middle of the year. Oh, he stinks. Blah, blah, blah.
And we were talking about so Kendall's a KC, if I remember right, a KC kid, and obviously he same track as Mac, except he's not from here, but he's been here forever.
Right.
Probably could have taken money to go elsewhere if he had chosen to do so. Obviously, sticking around, probably both those guys, pro prospects, are not as good as they would have been if they had left last year, but they're trying to win a championship, and I feel bad. I mean, Kendall's not to say that he isn't in that clubhouse and impacted the team, but at least on the field, he's not impacting it as much as you naturally thought. Mac had that incredible outing against Tennessee a couple weeks ago, and you hope that kind of jump started him into postseason because, I mean, you're going to need a guy like that. You're going to need a pinch hitter too from Kendall Diggs. I mean, there's a reason those two specifically stuck around, Derek, and you know this is because they want to win a national championship. There's no other reason to stick around other than to get that trophy that they won. Maybe it happens this year.
Right. So one of the things I did today was extensive research on the NCAA baseball tournament, particularly the regional round. There's 3 pages here of things here. So what I was curious about was how many times does a team come out of the losers bracket playing that extra game to win the regional? This is coming up this weekend. We'll start the 26th NCAA baseball tournament with this format, okay? And by the way, there's going to be some stats in here, and if you're going to steal these stats, please cite either me or Ruscin and Zach when you steal them. Thank you very much. Whether you're a podcaster or at the newspaper or whatever, please cite your source on this. Thank you. I worked all morning on this. You know what I mean? So, how about a little? I actually worked hard on something for once. I'd like some credit. Anyway, so there have been, in the last 25 tournaments, you've had 400 regional champs. Okay, I think the math is right on this. I'm going to really feel like an idiot if I'm wrong.
After all that,
after all this, that's right. After all that preamble, 74. So 19% of the time. Let me keep it in simplest terms. 19% of the time, a team can lose a game and then climb back out of it and win the region. So 71%. You win the Saturday night game, you're 2-0 in the regional. You're basically 71% to win your region. That's what history tells us here. Out of that 19% that have gone through the difficult way, only 6.5% have gone to Omaha. Only 1.5% of those, only 1.5% have gone to the finals, and 3 have won the whole thing. But it hasn't happened since 2007 to go from losing your regional to the national championship. So that's why Friday's important, but the second game is the linchpin to all of it. Yeah. Arkansas has come out of the losers bracket to win a regional once in 2004. They've also blown a 2-0 lead in a regional once. That was in 2005 at Texas. That Texas team went on to win the national title.
Yeah, that's I had forgotten about that until you shared with that before the show. But of course, it was Texas.
Of course, it was. Yeah. And it was in Austin, and that dump they play at too. Of course, it had to be that way. So there's the that's what you're looking at when you talk about, if you want to make a plan for Saturday night in terms of pitching. That's why it matters so much, because you're more than 2/3 of the time the team that wins that Saturday night game is regional champs. So that's why it's important.
I know neither of us are coaches, but it is Wednesday. We're 2 days off. Do you throw roots Saturday? Do you just say? And I listen to what Dave Van Horn said about North Dakota State. And obviously, he's not going to be disrespectful, but they're walking with a losing record.
Right. Not just a losing record. They're 12 games below the country.
I mean, you did that with Hagen last year. Now, we know it didn't work out, unfortunately. But do you pitch root on Saturday?
I think you have to. I think you have to play the percentages when it's that it's not like 51-49 you win the regional. It's 71%. You could go on to the next round, which they haven't done on that field in 4 years. So yeah, I think you save him for Saturday night, and you play the percentages. And hey, maybe it doesn't work out again, but at least you had your best guy going, and you put yourself mathematically. You did everything right. Now, the players still have to deliver. That's the thing about all of this math in sports nowadays. Someone still has to hit the shot or throw the strike or whatever it is. So
it was. I know it was a little disheartening last Friday when they couldn't hit against Ole Miss. I mean, you managed to run in the first, run in the second, and then no runs for either team. I mean, that was the most boring game in Hoover last week. Was the Arkansas Ole Miss game, and you hope that doesn't.
There were no stakes. It was just like an exhibition kind of.
Yeah. Ole Miss had a little more play for. Some say that impacted whatever, but it's pretty rare this year that Arkansas has been held down for either an entire weekend or even a full 9 innings for that matter. That game really felt like they did. Give credit to Ole Miss pitching, forgetting the kid that pitched last week, but their defense made some plays. That collision was gross too. But we talked about it a little bit yesterday. There's no like black hole in the lineup on this team.
Right.
And so it is encouraging. If you're an Arkansas fan, it's like maybe in years past, and especially last year, it seemed like hitting was an issue. And based on the majority of this season, even in SEC play, you've had a lot of success at the plate with this baseball team.
Regional coverage here on ESPN Arkansas, and the Hit That Line Now app is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith, 479-646-6792. Arvest Bank, committed to local communities. Arvest is ready to help. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Get game day ready at the Stadium Shop. T-shirts, jerseys, bases loaded hats. Got it all at 989 Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker, or shop on Razorback.com. We'll return. Ruscin and Zach after this.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
White perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, Sakhalin, paper mouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Don't take less when you can have it all with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Luxe Cravings boxes. There's the $5 Classic box full of craveable faves. The $7 Supreme box for your swankier side. And the $9 Cantina Luxe box has a whole world of tasty indulgences, including the slow-roasted Cantina Chicken Burrito. Get Luxe for less with the $5, $7, and $9 Luxe Cravings boxes at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Take that all day.
I need to sit though.
That's right.
Finally make a putt.
Let's go tap in force.
golf is back. Shop polos, hoodies, and Q-zips at rowback.com.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing and we're into the NBA and NHL playoffs, and BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Bet online. The game starts here.
Repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at precisiondoornwa.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hey y'all, it's Melinda at Fantasy Sports Cuts. It's time to step up to the plate and get a big league haircut at Fantasy Sports Cuts. Whether you're gearing up for the game or just need a fresh cut, our all-star stylist will have you looking like a champ. Kick back in our big comfy chairs, catch the game on our ATVs, and enjoy a cold beer or root beer while we handle the rest. Book online at fantasysportscuts.com or call us at 935-3116. Walk-ins are always welcome, but if you're on a tight schedule, we recommend booking ahead. Fantasy Sports Cuts, where every haircut is a home run. Located at Mission and Crossover in the Harp Shopping Center.
Experience the flavors of chef-inspired modern Ozark cuisine at Mockingbird Kitchen in the Evelyn Hills Shopping Center in Fayetteville. Now that the weather is perfect, dine on their patio and enjoy delicious, seasonally inspired dishes from signature favorites to nightly specials. They're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, or if you prefer to stay in, you can order takeout and enjoy at home. Vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options are available. Make your lunch or dinner extraordinary at Mockingbird Kitchen, where great food meets great atmosphere. Mockingbird Kitchen. Modern Ozark cuisine.
Is your DIY website killing your business and robbing your time? Modular Orange specializes in building professional custom websites for service businesses just like yours for just $95 a month. That's right, a high-performance website for only $95 a month with no upfront costs. There's a reason lawyers, dentists, accountants, counselors, plumbers, electricians, and more all trust Modular Orange to build their online presence. Take your time back to focus on what you do best. Let the professionals at Modular Orange handle your website. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
ESPN 99.5. We don't read the headlines, we make the headlines. This is Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
Well, while Ty is filling in, he's sitting in the good chair, brought to you by the Stadium Shop. And they are very excited, of course, about regionals this weekend, right up the street at Baum-Walker Stadium. They've got everything you need, bases-loaded hats, jerseys, regional T-shirts. And right now, buy one regular price clothing item, and you'll get a second of equal or lesser value half off, which includes hats. All right? So don't miss out on all this stuff. Before first pitch, go to the Stadium Shop on Razorback and show your hog pride and style. 989 Razorback Road, Fayetteville. Shop on Razorback.com.
I have one hat that I've got from there 3 or 4 years ago, and it's like the only Razorback hat I ever wear, and I need to get another one. It's getting a little worn.
Yeah, I got there's some obviously Robert's the best, and they have great stuff over there. Now, you're not one of these people, or do people even still do this?
Let's hear it.
Do you leave your hat in the back window like all the time and get it all chunky?
I've got a hat, not closet, but a shelf that's got a good chunk. The thing is, I only wear. There's probably 25 of them. I only wear like 5 of them.
Right. That's what
And honestly, I'm kind of like that with golf polos and golf shorts too. Like I have more in the actual closet or drawers, but I only wear a certain section of them, which is just a waste of space, to be honest.
Bob and Branson texting in on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I will not be stealing those stats. Thank you. Here's another weird thing about the the baseball tournament that going from being in the losers bracket to winning your regional. They've been 25 tournaments with this format. 19 of them, a team has gone from the losers bracket all the way to the College World Series. Isn't that weird? Talk about getting hot. That's it. That's the definition right there. You go from losing your first game or losing a game to all the way to the College World Series.
You don't want to put yourself.
Florida
in that
did it last year. I mean,
yeah, you had mentioned that. It helps when you have Jack.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll help. Yeah.
Who was with the Naturals for how long?
Few weeks.
And I mean, I know everyone here in Northwest Arkansas enjoyed that he was here for a brief time, but man, that kid could play.
Yep. So there's some more stats that can be stolen on regional baseball here.
Please credit Eric Ruscin.
Please.
Ruscin Zach.
I actually worked
ESPN
on this for
Arkansas.
once. Thank you. Yes, please. All right, here are the poll questions here. The West Conference Finals. By the way, on these a couple of NBA questions, shout out to the couple of rednecks that were like, where's the option for nobody cares? Thank you for your support in the matter. It's May and there's nothing else going on, you jackass. Come on, we're just trying to do something here. All right, anyway, Western Conference Finals. 46% say Thunder in 6.
Ugh.
You don't like that, huh?
I think if it goes back to Minnesota, it'll be in OKC for Game 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
you don't want that.
People are dogging on an Ant right now. Ant's just festering in anger.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I don't like that. They need to get it done tonight.
Eastern Conference Finals. Same situation. 44% say Pacers in 6.
I'll agree with that. Pacers in 6. They'll be at home for that. So
you have the Knicks winning in the Garden tomorrow night, which is rare because they don't play very well in front. And it's all the celebrities' fault apparently.
Did you see McAfee going in on Timothée Chalamet and Stiller and Spike Lee?
Yeah.
I like that. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. I mean, he's the man of the moment right now, you know?
Who would have thought that a kicker would have been the spokesman for an entire state?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here. Does the regular season matter? 67% of you say it does matter. And then Bill told me earlier they're making another Top Gun movie. Thank God. I said the poll, do we need another Top Gun movie? 68% of you say we do not need another Top Gun movie.
But Maverick was actually good. I was surprised. Do we have a different take?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, wow.
I haven't seen Maverick.
What did you think, Bill?
Well, it was the same movie that came out in 1986.
That's why I haven't seen it.
But I mean,
it wasn't Kelly McGillis. It was Jennifer Connelly this time. Otherwise, it's the same movie.
Yeah, I mean, you added some like with I'm gonna say Colin, but yeah, Miles Teller. I mean, you had some Glenn Powell. Like you added some actors that I think a lot of people
none of those
respect.
people were born in 1985.
Well, and instead of volleyball, they played football this time on the beach.
They did.
Okay.
But that's about the big difference.
What are they going to play in the third one?
Pickleball.
Yeah, pickleball.
Something.
the way it's moving. Are you a pickleball guy?
No. I do. Like sometimes I'll go to the park and go on the trail or whatever.
Throw rocks at the pickleballers.
Well, no, but I find the sound of it soothing. It's
like a metronome.
Yeah, I find it soothing. And sometimes I can hear it in the distance where I live, and I can. I find it. It's like it's like one of those waterfalls that you put in your room for the sound. The trickling water. It's calming.
Will you make that sound again?
I actually have a metronome. It does put you to sleep.
Talent. That's what that is, folks. Talent. I don't know what that is, but I can do it. So no, but I don't play it. No, I just. People are playing it. Shout out to the people that still play tennis. Old school. I respect it.
I just never got into tennis. I like pickleball. I haven't played. I was talking with an older gentleman lister yesterday. He's about 20 years older than me, and he was like, "Son, as you continue to grow older, you'll have time for three things: pickleball, golf, or fishing. You got to pick one now." And I like golf, but I was like, I can occasionally, I guess, go play pickleball, and I'll fish once a year, twice or once every 2 years. It's fun every time I go. I just don't make a habit of doing it.
Yeah.
Do you fish sober?
Yeah, I don't think me and Tommy were ripping beers the last time I went to Gaston's. I think it was just very, very chill, very serene. It was a good time.
See, I can accomplish the activity of fishing. You're just sitting around. I can do that in my house. So I just do that. That's my fishing activity. I just sit around in the house. I don't do anything. I don't go outside to do that.
I'm not like most of the people that I golf with, Bill. I really don't. Like a lot of people just go to golf and get hammered. I really don't. Like I want to play good. The more I drink,
play well.
Yeah, play well. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, that needs to be corrected. My journalism professors, my Comp 1 and Comp 2 are just shaking their heads right now. It's like, how do we let you graduate the University of Arkansas? But
well, they're all retired now. They don't care.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of the golf thing, Derek, we'll have to get with your father. I think this might be one of the 12 days. We're right there.
Oh yeah, let me look at this.
We're close.
Well, he played today, so it might be a little too cloudy, Bill. Might be a little too cloudy. He's very picky about his 12 perfect days. Because I'm like, it's 75. He's like, no.
He only plays 12 days a year.
No. He claims there are, and then I have to do something here in a second, but I'll tell you this. My dad claims there are 12 perfect days in a year, and that it's 72, sunny, no wind. And I'm like, well, given the way things are going, there may be like 6 perfect days in a year now. But anyway, I don't know if today's one of the 12 or not. Plus, it might be wet out there. I don't know if he's cart path only today or not. I don't know what happened. I haven't talked to him.
He's not a cart path only guy.
Well, I mean, he can do it, but I mean that would not be a perfect day if it's muddy out there.
What does the golf terrain look like around Searcy, Arkansas? I can't say. Oh, I say I played golf because my grandma and grandpa were in Searcy for a little bit, but I was like 5. It's been a while. What's the golf course scene look like at Searcy?
There's 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And my dad was at one for a long time, and now he's at the other one because it's cheaper.
Okay.
And that's where he is.
He sounds like my kind of guy.
And he plays almost every day.
Love that.
And he's got a group of guys, and they text each other. And
I love that.
And my dad is one of these people that never turns the alerts off on his phone. And so, like, you're just having a conversation when you hear bing, bing,
and he
never turns them off.
I met your dad very briefly, and he seemed like a chill dude. And now that you've just described him a little more, he sounds like someone I could, if he would allow me to play in the group, that I could golf with. Probably an age threshold.
I don't know. You can't play from the same tees that they're playing from.
That's
you have
true.
to go further back than that. All right. We've got a text here from Jordan in Farmington. Jordan is out with his son Boston right now, and they're driving around running errands. But here's the thing, Boston. According to your father, you're not out running around running errands right now because Boston, you're going to the game tonight. That's what your dad just texted us. He's like, I'm surprising my son. We're going to the game tonight. He thinks we're just going out and doing errands right now. Would you please mention this? Yes, I will.
That's
Boston,
awesome.
You're going to the Thunder game tonight. All right? Now, don't mess this up. If they lose, you can never go again. Remember this. This is a lot of pressure, Boston. All right? A lot of pressure here. But if they win, I mean, you should go back to the finals whenever they start for game 1.
If this is the same Boston and Jordan, I think I know. I think Boston works at Tyson. So
Well,
Boston, have fun.
Jordan's first text to the radio station with
go.
this. So there you go.
That's an awesome way to tell your son that hey, we're going to the game tonight.
That is very creative. Way to go, Jordan. Way to go, Boston. Don't let them down. All right. There you go. All right, we did our good deed for the day. There it is, right there. It's 877-377-6963. If you'd like any shout outs or dedications, we'll do that. I mean, what else is going on? We could handle that. Baseball's not till Friday. We got plenty of time.
Got some shady.
That's why. You know what I saw today? I will. Let me give the U of A a credit for something today. All right, everybody, grab onto something. So somebody went back in the archive, and they actually have an archive. I thought they threw all this stuff out. They didn't. The last time North Dakota State played Arkansas in baseball was like 1981 or 82 or something like that. So they posted online the box scores from the game. Cool. And in the box scores, let me find this here. I saved these earlier.
I know what you're about to say.
It was a doubleheader. Arkansas won both games. And not only did Dave Van Horn play, then listed as DH David Van Horn, but also Chris Shaddy played shortstop in that game, in those games for Arkansas.
Garson Shaddy.
They're in the infield.
He had 2 RBIs in the first game of the doubleheader. Scored a run in the second doubleheader. So, how about that? There you go. That was pretty cool. That's the last time Arkansas faced North Dakota State in baseball. 1982. St. Patrick's Day, 1982 was the day.
Traditionally, I think a pretty good basketball program. North Dakota State.
Definitely.
No, football.
Definitely football, yeah.
Not basketball, football.
Well, they produced, didn't Grant Nelson play there?
Yes, he did.
And then he transferred out of the, that Summit League is a hotbed for talent.
Yeah.
That goes to other places. Arkansas got a guy from up there.
Stanley Moody.
Yeah, that's right. A few years ago. And you have Grant Nelson. There's been a few more players, too, come out of there. All right, we'll be back here on ESPN Arkansas, 877-377-6963. Miserable Jerk wants me to tell Jackson that you're not going to the game tonight. I guess that's his son. All right. Jackson, sorry. You're not going to the game tonight.
And that the Easter Bunny isn't real.
Hey, what are you talking about, Bill?
I have no idea.
I saw him. At least it's some guy in a bunny suit. I don't know if it's Easter Bunny or not. All right. We'll be back here on ESPN. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Northwest Arkansas. Hi, this is Stacy with ProMix Concrete, a division of Ozark Ready Mix. We're a local ready mix concrete supplier, and I'd like to invite you to call our team. We'll provide you high-performance, optimized ready-mix concrete and top-notch service for any and all of your commercial, DOT, and residential construction applications. Call us at 479-480-3060. That's 479-480-3060, and we'll take care of your business. Ask yourself, do you need a mix or ProMix?
The biggest focus in America today is on your health, and more people are looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Tommy Kraft at QC Kinetics. They've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they've helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment, but now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. Their well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Hey, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetics in Northwest Arkansas.
Hey y'all, it's Melinda at Fantasy Sports Cuts. It's time to step up to the plate and get a big league haircut at Fantasy Sports Cuts. Whether you're gearing up for the game or just need a fresh cut, our all-star stylist will have you looking like a champ. Kick back in our big comfy chairs, catch the game on our ATVs, and enjoy a cold beer or root beer while we handle the rest. Book online at fantasysportscuts.com or call us at 935-3116. Walk-ins are always welcome, but if you're on a tight schedule, we recommend booking ahead. Fantasy Sports Cuts, where every haircut is a home run. Located at Mission and Crossover in the Harp Shopping Center.
Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little, but Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Spring is here and the grass is growing fast. Upgrade to a Hustler Zero Turn. Hurry in for the Hustler sales event at WT Equipment. With Raptor X models in stock and savings up to $1,700 off MSRP. Plus, qualified buyers get 0% financing for 42 months on select Hustler mowers. These deals won't last. Visit WT Equipment today or shop online at WTEquip.com. Qualified buyers with minimum purchase, other restrictions apply. See dealer for complete details.
The Crane Team is your home for all your automotive needs, with 6 different dealerships in Northwest Arkansas and America's favorite brands. The Crane Team has the perfect vehicle for you, from pickup and delivery to service after the sale. Plus our famous, huge Crane Cash discounts, the Crane Team simply can't be beat. Shop Arkansas's largest selection of Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Volkswagen, and more. Visit us today or shop online at craneteam.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall. Hope you're having a great hump day. Temperatures are going to remain on the cool side today. We'll only be in the low to mid 70s by lunchtime. You'll notice the clouds with a mix of sunshine, but we're not going to warm up too much. We'll stay in the mid 70s to low 80s across the area. Tomorrow is an impact day. We've got showers and storms that could move in overnight tonight. We're going to see that increasing for your Thursday morning and those temperatures staying well below average. With your Get Ready weather, I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall.
ESPN 99.5. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. It's Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
All right, we're back here. 877-377-6963, Lewis Automotive Group Hotline. Here on Ruscin and Zach. Well, as is typical around here, the texters have taken something heartwarming and totally ruined it. Graham texting in, hey, tell my kid he needs to vacuum and dust, all right? Hey, Graham's kid, get to work, all right? Thank you.
It's cheaper than a maid. Child labor.
That's right. Yes, exactly. Okay. Bob says, my dad sounds like the grown-up future version of Ty.
My dad sounds like the grown-up.
My dad.
Oh, your dad. Yeah, your dad sounds chill.
No.
I don't want to hang out with him now.
Okay, let's see what this says here. Hacker texting in. Dang, Denver Bill. Next thing, you're going to reveal the tooth fairy is not real. I already know birds aren't real. Okay. All righty. But yeah, we had a dad in the last segment want to use us to tell his kid listening on the radio right now that, hey, you're going to the game tonight. We're not just out, running around picking up dry cleaning and stuff like that. Earlier, we were talking about the Chiefs, and Gavin points out that Trent Green's son is dating Chiefs heiress Gracie Hunt.
Got that dog in him.
Wow.
All
So that's what's going on. Okay. I did see something about that. And it's about time the Texers brought that up. I'm surprised it took this long, honestly.
Is Drew Lock heartbroken? Former Denver quarterback, Bill.
No,
Any
I know.
thoughts?
Yeah. No.
That the clip of him singing that rap song post touchdown on the sidelines is one of the funniest things I think I've ever
Well,
seen.
the thing that drove me nuts about Drew Lock was his little Buzz Lightyear pew 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 thing that he used to do.
I hated him because he was Missouri Tiger, and he was on that team, I think, that came back after Arkansas was up like 24 points late, and somehow, some way, I say somehow, some way, I think we're used to seeing this by now, ended up blowing that football game.
Did it happen there? Was it in Columbia?
I want to say it was I want to say it was 2016, if I remember that timeline right.
Yeah, that's about right. Have a big lead up there and then cough it up. Sounds about right. Eddie is texting. Can you let my wife know that dinner better be ready when I get home?
That's bold.
Eddie? Edward? Be glad she's not listening. You know, Dirty Doors can't do this because his wife does listen, and she texts back all the time. Here's another text here. Tell my friends at the work site we're going to the Gentlemen's Club if the Hogs win Saturday. Okay?
Just not.
What about Friday? That doesn't rise to the level of going to the club if they win Friday. Over a team 12 games below 500, I guess. All right. Dan and Mount Ida. Trent Green playing the long game. All right, let's walk through this for a second. All right, so Clark Hunt dies. Gracie becomes the owner. Trent Green's son is married into the Hunt family. Therefore, Gracie Hunt Green. Yeah, everybody gets rich. Like Trent Green's struggling for money anyway. I mean, come on. But yeah, that's the long game, I guess.
I enjoy him being an analyst. I've liked listening to him. It's crazy. Kurt Warner's career wouldn't have taken off if not for his injury in that preseason game 20 some odd years ago.
Yep, that's right.
You want to know what I heard last week? I did not know that. You know the actress Kate Mara?
Yes.
She was in The
Fantastic
Martian.
Four, yeah.
I did not know that her grandfather owns the Giants and that her mom married into the Hines family that owns the Steelers. That was something I learned.
Not a bad gig.
No, not at all.
Marrying into wealth. Tommy always says, do radio for fun so you can, or he said, marry rich so you can do radio for fun. I don't know if that's going to work out.
How's that working out for you?
Well, I'm still doing radio. I'm not rich, so I think, I'm having fun, but the financial aspect is just kind of, That's not what we get into this, Derek.
No, we don't do it for the money. No, that's true. We do it because we have fun.
You were scraping by, growing up, and post college, doing radio, doing weather and stuff, and all your friends are starting to hit the six figures, and you're like, well, at least I like my job.
Right, that's right. I did love doing the weather. It's great. I wonder if I'd have stuck with that. Well, would I still be doing it, or would I be like,
You'd be our
checking out people at Best Buy or something? What would I be doing?
You'd be our Darby Bobby.
Would I have made it to the Chief?
Zach Arns would be doing radio with someone else, and he would be calling Derek Ruskin, the local weatherman.
Because at one point, I had a choice because there were two jobs open. And they were like, well, you could do the weekend one or you can do the morning one.
Weekend
weather
and
or the morning weather.
Ugh.
And morning weather
Sounds
back
awful.
then was really more of, be the goofy sidekick morning person, the wacky morning man, and throw in the weather every now and then. I could have done that for 100 years. Are you kidding me?
Just waking up.
But the hours suck. You got to wake up at like 1 a.m. or something to do that job.
I don't have a social and I don't really have a social life during the week. Just I'm still trying to wake up early and trying to do work. But what time are you going to bed? Like 6? You're eating dinner and then just going to bed?
I did the morning show a few times. I mean, my first job at the TV station was running a camera on the morning show. You didn't have to get there at 2, but you had to get there at 4:45, 5 a.m. or something, right? So the thing about that shift is that by Friday you're used to it, and then the weekend happens and your sleep pattern gets all screwed up again.
Yeah.
And then you're right back at the beginning every single week. You can never get enough sleep.
Because I do this. I basically do the same thing. I'm up at 4:15 most days, and then I'll stay up till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, Friday and Saturday night, and then I'll go to bed at like 7:30, 8 on Sunday, and I'll have to my sleep schedule. I always sleep terrible Sunday night. That's just doesn't. There's no change. Never will change.
No. All right. But yeah, I could have done the weather. I was looking at the school and stuff. Like I was thinking about it, and then Jason Carroll moved me into sports, and here we are at the TV station. I did that for 2 years, and then I ended up here doing all this stuff. So
for the best.
That's the journey right there. There it is.
It's for the best, right? Like
I guess so. I mean, I love doing the weather.
I think
because it was easy.
Weather's a passion now. Like this is, and not that sports radio isn't a passion, but you can have that on the side. I think you would.
I'll say this about the weather. The worst part was the storms because, like, being on television or on alert like nonstop for like 6 hours sucks. It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible. See, when you're at home, you can turn the TV off or whatever. But when you're there and you had to watch it when it moved till it moved all the way out of the viewing area, just in case something happened. So you're just sitting there, babysitting the radar at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's that sucked. But the day in and day out, I enjoyed it. Wearing suits. I wore suits with sneakers because you couldn't see my feet on TV.
Yeah.
Very comfortable.
Speaking of weather, see Ed Buckner passed away.
I did see that. Yeah, it's too bad.
I grew up watching.
Me too. He was great. So good. And they're right. He was so calm when there'd be 20 tornadoes hitting Arkansas like in 1999. He was just steady as could be. He was great. Sorry to hear about Ed Buckner passing away at the age of 59. All right. Ruscin and Zach will move on here in a moment. Stay with us on ESPN Arkansas.
Exclusive coverage at the Fayetteville Regional, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Arvest Bank, and Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better series than what we got right here.
It's Wednesday, May 28th. I'm Phil Reed. That's your 4029 news update. A lawsuit filed against the Oklahoma State Superintendent and Board of Education will be in front of a judge later today. The lawsuit questions whether the social studies standards approved by the board should be tossed out. The city of Bentonville is asking people for input on the downtown square and its future as the city continues to grow. They can come give their opinion today from 4 to 6 at the Rotary Room of the Bentonville Public Library. COVID-19 will no longer be recommended for healthy children and pregnant women. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. making the announcement. It's day 4 of the search for an escaped inmate who also happens to be a former police chief from Northwest Arkansas. Ran hard and escaped from the North Central Unit in Calico Rock. From the River Valley to Northwest Arkansas and everywhere in between, make 4029 your home for the best live, local, and late-breaking news.
Hey, Hog fans, it's Ty Richardson. Join me and the ESPN Arkansas crew this Friday, May 30th from 9 to 1:30 as we take ESPN Arkansas live to the Stadium Shop, one of our proud presenting sponsors of the NCAA Baseball Regionals. On your way to the game, stop by and gear up with bases loaded hats, baseball jerseys, and regional t-shirts. Located just steps from Bob Walker Stadium at 989 Razorback Road. This Friday from 9 to 1:30 at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Mega Millions now has better odds, bigger prizes, and the highest starting jackpot in America. Top prizes start at $50 million and increase rapidly until someone wins. What else is new? How about no more break-even prizes? Win anywhere from 2 to 10 times your bet. And the multiplier? It's no longer an add-on. Mega Millions is always $5 per play, bells and whistles included. Play today in stores or on the go. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
You know that crushing feeling when you press print at your PC and the doggone machine just won't print? Well, I fixed that. Hi, I'm Tim Stanley, owner of TDS IT. We are an IT company with a long history in the print channel, and I have fixed the printer conflict by creating my own Northwest Arkansas-based help desk. Call us at 479-575-0770 for more information on how a true IT company can keep all your printers and scanners up and running all the time.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Ready to transform your backyard? At Gallardo Custom Builds, we specialize in custom pools, patios, and retaining walls that perfectly fit your style. As a family-owned business, we're committed to top-quality craftsmanship and outstanding customer service. From design to completion, we're with you every step of the way to bring your dream outdoor space to life. Visit us at our website, GallardoCustomBuilds.com, for your free consultation. Gallardo Custom Builds. Quality you can trust, service you'll love.
KAKS Goshen Fayetteville, K237GR Johnson. Arkansas football begins in 94 days. Coming to you live from the Crane Automotive Team Studios. Covering the Razorbacks like no one else.
The one thing that the coaches and the people who are opponents to talk radio are totally right about is it is by nature a negative process. Losing is better than winning.
Derek Ruskin.
I want to talk to the idiot who put that moron on the air.
Zach Arns.
I think this building should be condemned. There's serious metal fatigue in all the load-bearing members. The wiring is substandard. It's completely inadequate for our power needs, and the neighborhood is like a demilitarized zone.
Like it or not, another hour of Ruskin and Zach starts right now.
All right, we're back here on ESPN Arkansas. Ty filling in for Zach today. Denver Bills here as well. I'm Ruskin, 877-377-6963. Andy says you get sued now as a weatherman if you don't give warning. Stay in sports. Talking about what might have been last hour, but stayed with weather instead of coming and doing this.
Got a lot of feedback, positive-wise, from Ed Buckner, too. Matt in Huntsville saying it's the first weather guy that he remembered growing up and taking the weather outside on a patio and dressing casual.
Yeah, the THV Weather Garden. That's right. Mm-hmm. I always wondered how they did that because they would, they were always number 2 in Little Rock. Channel 7 was always number 1. And now what has happened to Channel 7 is a disgrace. But the company, the corporation that owns KATV has put it directly into the ground. It's a shame. It's a real shame. And now Channel 4 is number 1. But back in that day, 11 was always number 2, and it could never beat Channel 7. So you try stuff. You bring in Craig O'Neill to do sports. You put the weather outside, stuff like that. But they were dominant. But I did watch that. I did like the Weather Garden, be out there doing stuff.
one of my mom's best friends. Her name was, I believe, Diva Louise, and I remember getting to meet Ed Buckner and Craig O'Neill and some other staff members. And when I was like 4 or 5, it was just a cool experience. I was in one of their promos back in the day. It was a meatloaf, like how they run those commercials. So it's like no one likes the same thing. I kept saying meatloaf again, and they just kept
Wait,
bringing
you
it
were
over.
in a commercial for Channel 11?
For Channel 11 back in
Wow.
the day.
You weren't in Who Let the Hogs Out, though.
What's that?
The one where Craig O'Neill is got a bunch of carolers with him, and they go up to this person's house, and they're like, "Oh, carolers," and they start singing "Who Let the Hogs Out," and he's like dancing and stuff, and there's a guy making pig noises, and they're like, "Sports is fun again" with Craig O'Neill on TH. You weren't in that one though.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
He was think about Craig, and I said I'm acting like he's just so comfortable in his own skin. He's such a likable guy, and as a kid, I don't know, I really flocked to him, watching him.
You know,
growing
I
up.
don't know him, but everybody feels like you know him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because whether he was on the radio or on the news, but I mean, the only time I saw him was at like Razorback games, flew in like press conference stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know him at all, but I mean, yeah, you feel like you know that guy. But he had some nice things to say too about Ed Buckner. He said that he ran into. You can go watch the video on YouTube. It's a better story when he tells it than me. But for our purposes, he ran into Ed Buckner at the DMV, and it was Ed Buckner who encouraged him to try and go get the sports job again at Channel 11 because he'd already not gotten it once.
Oh, okay.
And he was going to stick in radio, and then they were like, oh, "Go try again." So, pretty cool story, I guess, right there. All right. Hacker only watches Channel 11 now. Well, I'm sure they're thankful for that.
Can I ask you something? I
Yes.
feel like this might open up a can of worms, which I know you enjoy.
We love a can of worms.
Doug texted me earlier. I didn't get to it last hour because I kind of wanted to let you do your thing. You wanted to know your opinion of a rodeo. Your thoughts on rodeos in general.
I like rodeos. I don't have a problem with rodeos. Yeah.
When's the last time you've been to one?
Let's see here. It's been a long time.
Do they have one in? I know there's one going down in Fort Smith right now. Do they have one in NWA? Is that? A
Well, you
thing
have
up
Rodeo
there?
of the Ozarks, yeah, in Springdale, yeah, Parsons Stadium. I went to that one time, but that was a while ago. I did the weather out there once. Ate a big old turkey leg on the air.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have that footage somewhere?
It's on my
in the
resume
archives?
tape. Thank you very much. Yes, we
Do you?
do.
Did you make? Now I know this was when you were.
course we do.
Do you have a website that you made of all your
No.
stuff that you compiled? Or do you just have it like on a hard
No,
drive or
because
something?
you could. I'm so old, Ty, that you couldn't put video on a website easily. So no, I didn't have a website. I have 2 tapes. I have a sports resume tape and a weather resume tape, and I have them in my house.
Still
And they're on
standing.
DVD too. So I mean, you could play them
My
somewhere.
old website is still up.
You have a website?
Yeah,
Look
I
at
didn't
that.
think it was still existed.
No, I did not have. Now everybody that applies for every job has their own website, and they talk about how great they are, and you got clips everywhere. But there was no YouTube back then.
I had a.
It's a long time ago. Ty.
Yeah, the good old days before
We were
technology.
shooting games on tape, like videotape. That's what we were using. That's how old it is.
Before technology ruined everything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and when I started here, you can't even imagine how hard it was to do a show on the road. You had to have an old, you had to have an old phone line and just hope it worked. Because if a new phone line wouldn't work, an old one would, and you'd call the radio station, and you'd have to hear the modem noise, and then boom.
Thank goodness for Comrex.
Oh yeah, the internet, it's cheating now. Basically, it's so easy.
Where's the most? Okay, you mentioned the turkey leg at the rodeo. Where's the most unique place that you've actually done a radio show?
Okay, hold on.
Because I know y'all have been all over the place. I mean, you did spend a decade with the Rush.
We did at the Sugar Bowl. We were in a bar at 7 in the morning.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there was a guy in there asleep. I think he was asleep. He might have been dead. I don't know.
Was that the Ohio State Sugar Bowl?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, we were at.
We got screwed out of that game.
Well, I mean, if a guy would pick up the block punt, they score a touchdown and they win.
See, let me defend Julian Horton for a sec. Okay. Everyone says that all through elementary, middle school, and high school. I was taught to jump on the football and not try and pick it up and scoop and score. All of a sudden, this kid gets, in my opinion, unfairly blamed. It was a great play, obviously, but I want to defend him for a sec because I was taught the complete opposite. I was taught exactly what he did. There were other plays in that game. Man, that game, we had like the best wide receiver core in the country, and they could not catch jack squat that game. And we couldn't block
first
anyone
play
either.
of the game, they got Joe Adams on a post. They dropped the ball. Remember that?
Yeah, and Ryan just it's just like, man, we had that one.
That is also another one of the great sports moments that I didn't actually see, because by then we thought the game was over or whatever. So I'm under the stadium with all the like media people, and I hear this like thunderous roar, and we're like, "What happened?" And so the monitor catches up a few seconds later, and you see that he blocked the punt. You're like, "Oh wow." So then I'm like, well, what do I do? Do I try and sneak out to the corner of the field and watch this, or I stay back here? And I don't remember what happened.
Because Arkansas was down that entire game. And, I mean, sacks. Arkansas gave up like 6 or 7 sacks that game. The offensive line was just confused. Ohio State back then Tressel stockpiled talent on both sides of the football. But like you said, that's such a woulda, coulda, shoulda moment in that situation. And I think if I remember right, I'm not 100%. Obviously, Terrell Pryor shouldn't have played in that game. But I think the DN/linebacker that picked that ball off at the tail end was also supposed to be suspended until the NCAA.
Oh, the golden pants thing. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. For the integrity of the Sugar Bowl, these players must play. What a load of nonsense. That's the moment I knew that college football was just stupid, and it was rigged. The whole, not the game was rigged, but the system is rigged, and you're a have-not. That's because I lost all my innocence with that particular.
If the shoe was on the other foot. If Arkansas headed into that game a week prior, or whatever it was, or a couple weeks prior, and Arkansas players, 5 of them, got free tattoos and didn't have to pay,
none of them would have played.
None of them.
Yeah, none of them would have played, and no one would have cared, by the way. But Ohio State does it, and all of a sudden it's a big national travesty or whatever. I may have. I'm just thinking about this over here. The greatest missed plays highlight reel of anybody in Razorback history. Okay?
Like that you didn't experience.
That I did not see them happen in person, but could have.
Garson Shetty.
I did watch that happen, actually, on TV. All right? But I got one for you. I was at the Brady Toops game and left to go to work. I missed the Grand Slam. I was not there.
That's like one of the most iconic plays in Razorback baseball.
Missed it.
That's one.
Missed it.
Let's keep it going.
I missed the block punt in the Sugar Bowl because I was under the stadium. I slept through the Michael Qualls dunk against Kentucky. I was asleep.
That was my freshman year. That was great.
That's 3 pretty big ones right there, right? Yeah. And I just missed because whatever.
And I've told Derek and Zach this. I walked out of a Clayton Kershaw no-hitter.
Yeah, he did do that. Yeah,
I left in the 7th inning.
Right, that's hard to beat.
But you're a Rockies. You're not a Dodgers fan, so you're probably just like, I don't want to.
I wasn't even paying attention.
Really?
Stopped at a burger place on the way out, and they're like, "What?" The guy behind the counter's like, "What are you doing? You know, Kershaw's got a no going." I'm like, "Oh, well, whoops."
At least you're honest. I always appreciate honesty, and it seems like you're an honest guy, Bill. It's like,
those are 3 of the moments that I missed.
Man,
the rain. You remember the regional they play at 1 a.m. Missouri State.
Missouri State, yeah.
I slept through that. I was at that game and left.
That was I want to say I had just graduated, so I think I was back in Little Rock for a little bit. But yeah, they ultimately lost. I think on Sunday or Monday.
I'm pretty sure I was taking the ACT during the Sterner to Lucas game in '99.
Oh, what?
I think so. I missed that too.
That's like 5 massive.
I know.
ones.
I know. I told you it's a Hall of Fame list of things I did not see. Rusty left the Miracle on Markham in the 3rd quarter. I was at that game. Now I was in the TV truck working, but I was there. I saw that.
See, I was. What was that? It was 2002. I would have been 7 in that part of the end zone. Would Court have caught that ball?
Yeah,
that was, man.
I was sitting next to the guy running the little score bug on the screen on TV. I was sitting next to that guy, and people were making noise, and he was like, "Shut up! I can't hear." He was this crusty old New York guy. He couldn't have cared at all about any of this. He was just there, union guy, just to get the check or whatever.
That was. I think everyone has a moment where they knew or they remember why they became a Razorback fan or they went to school or whatever, and that was the moment I knew. I was like, okay, I'm going to Fayetteville. Like, it's just that one. And that was back when, obviously, that sent you the SEC championship. And as a 7-year-old, I'm thinking, hey, when I go to college, I might get to go to Atlanta to watch this team play. Little did I know, Brett Bielema gets hired and just had 1 9-win season since.
Right.
Brett Bielema's best year here was 8-5.
I know.
They should have gone. They should have gone like 10-3 or 11-2 that year. You look at that, Toledo, Texas Tech. I'd still make, and he lost back to Mahomes. Like, you look back, it's like, okay, but that season still makes me mad.
Yeah. Does anyone have a list of moments that you've missed quite like that? The 99 beat Tennessee here. The Brady Toops. I left that game because I had to go to work.
That's not an excuse. That's a reason.
Yeah, but I did. If I'd have known that was going to happen, I'd have probably called in or something.
Okay, 2014. You're in the morning rush.
Yeah.
Why did you not attend that game? That's the biggest
game. What, the Qualls game?
Yeah, that's the biggest game of the season back in 2014.
I was asleep. I don't know.
They beat them.
It was I bet it was an 8:00 start, and I just couldn't do the 8:00 starts.
I
couldn't do it.
That was the game I remember of any of them 40 years up here that the student section was completely full. Like, there was not a seat open, and really for the entire Bud Walton that game. So I remember because I was sitting next to some St. Louis friends up at the very top, and I mean, when what's his face, James Young hit that 3 and tied it. I'm like, okay, it's going to go to OT and we're going to lose. And then sure enough, Kai Madden did what he usually did. He chucked up a shot at the end, missed it, and then either Bobby or Qualls picked it up and won it. Bobby against Alabama, and Michael did it against.
No, I was at
Kentucky.
that game where he dunked it against Alabama. I was there. I did see that.
Qualls had like 30-something in that game, and then Bobby got that tip in at the tail end, which was and now Qualls had a bunch of dunks in that game, which were awesome.
Now I snuck into one game.
Okay.
I was doing the I was running the live shot for sports. It was a Super Tuesday when they played Alabama. Ronnie Brewer's on the team.
Yep.
Remember this game?
Yep.
All right. So my rationale is, okay, I've got a station jacket on. They'll just let me in. They did. So I went and sat in the upper tank, just found a seat and sat and I watched that game and watched, Brewer gets the end, one at the end, place goes crazy. Mm-hmm. Arkansas beats Alabama. So I snuck into that game.
That was Mark Godfrey, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Man, Ronnie had. So that was a massive game. The game he had against Florida when they won the national championship that year in 2006, the game goes to OT. And Ronnie had like 30-something in that game. You talk about a guy you just couldn't stop going to the rim in college basketball. Like, you could not stay in front of him, and you could hack the you-know-what out of him. He just get an and one every time. Love watching him in college.
He's trying to get me in trouble here. I heard Ruskin was at the game where Cal got thrown out. Yes, I was. And
were you waving like DVH?
No, I gave him a double bird. I was in the upper tank with my dad, and my dad was waving at him and yelling. I gave John Calipari from section 221 the double middle finger. I'm not proud of it, and it obviously didn't work because Kentucky won the game, but I did, and I state my regret. I did that. Yeah.
It's just so weird. Like, we're a year into this.
But if you got guys banging threes,
there he is, right there.
We're still a year into this, and people are still adjusting the fact that, like, man, I used to hate this guy every fiber of my being.
Whoever came up with that shirt's got to be like put their new kitchen in or their new swimming pool in this season, right? You see those shirts everywhere.
It's I've always loved, crossed out, hated John.
That's right. Yeah. Hope they got a new pool or a new boat out of the deal because that thing is that was a big seller. That shirt.
I like the one you have. The we almost always win.
We almost always win.
Okay, that's it.
That's how it works.
So great.
All right. Well, it's that's as Zach would call that. That's a stroll down amnesia lane here on Ruscin and Zach.
Andy wants you to show Bill the tower in, which I've heard. Tommy pulled that out of the archives one time.
We may have it in the thing here. I may play it or something. I don't know. All right. I'll see if I can track that down. This is ESPN Arkansas, and the Hit That Line Now app brought to you by Taco Bell. The Clay Maxey Auto Group wants to give you a level of service that maximizes your drive at every step of the car ownership experience, from a personalized car buy experience with competitive, transparent pricing the reliable and consistent repairs from factory-trained technicians, going beyond the sale to make a seamless and enjoyable and tailored experience just for you. You can find them in Harrison, Mountain Home, Clinton, or Berryville, or online at ClayMaxeyAutoGroup.com. Maximize your drive today at the Clay Maxey Auto Group.
Speaking truth every afternoon. This is Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is Ruscin and Zach.
Rally House, shop every team in town. Come on, it's time to go.
Let's go, Hogs. Find all your Razorback gear at Rally House. Shop online at rallyhouse.com or visit one of our 7 Arkansas store locations around Fayetteville, Rogers, Little Rock, and Fort Smith for throwback designs, latest styles, and fan favorites.
Rally House, it's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House.
Electrical work can be dangerous. Don't let a do-it-yourself mistake lead to a bigger problem. Mr. Sparky's highly trained electricians can handle all of your electrical needs, guaranteeing that your job will be completed safely and within code compliance. Trust the experts at Mr. Sparky. We'll leave your home even safer than we found it. And all of our work is 100% guaranteed.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Evan Cohen here. We all know breakfast is an important part of your day, but when you're traveling for work and your hotel doesn't offer any, you're forced to make do with peanuts and an energy bar as you sprint off to your shift. But if you book a room at La Quinta by Wyndham, you can enjoy their free Bright Side breakfast featuring delicious baked goods, fruit, eggs, yogurt, and waffles. They refuse to let you go to work hungry and aim to send you off fueled up. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow you shine. Book direct at LQ.com.
This just in. The NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Before you go play, swing by Golf USA in Fayetteville and check out the latest offerings from the biggest names in golf. At Golf USA, they're honored to be included for the 5th time to Golf Digest Top Fitters list for 2024, in addition to making Ping and Callaway's lists. And at Golf USA, they are always expanding their expertise and their offerings. Check them out in the Office Depot Hobby Lobby Shopping Center on North College in Fayetteville. Golf USA, we're as golf as it gets.
Hey, it's James Teague with the Teague Law Firm. I'm excited to be back on Halftime with Phil and Matt Fridays at 12:15.
Yeah, and even within the game, there's so many small things that happen one way or the other. I think we saw last year, throughout the course of the season, we had so many of those small things kind of go our way during the regular season, and we just seem to find ways to win all of these close games.
Come check out our new office at 4201 West New Hope Road in Rogers. The Teague Law Firm. If we can't help you, we'll talk baseball.
The 1-2. He struck him out swinging. ESPN 99.5. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. Welcome to the entertaining portion of the broadcast day. This is Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
Time filling in for Zach, sitting in the good chair. Woo! Which is brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. They're a proud presenting sponsor of regionals here on ESPN Arkansas, and they got everything you need: bases loaded hats, jerseys, T-shirts, and right now, buy one regular price clothing item, get a second of equal or lesser value half off, including hats. 989 Razorback Road, Fayetteville, just steps from Baum Walker Stadium, or online at shoponrazorbacks.com. You were telling me during the break that Adu Thero is staying in the NBA draft, according to CBS's John Rothstein.
Yep. I think it was kind of expected based on what he put out. I know you're a big TikTok guy, Derek, but based on what he put on TikTok a week or so ago. And so, I mean, you already got one of the guys back, and I know everyone's really excited about Carter, and you should be. Adu would have just been incredible. I think they've got, with the additions, and I'm forgetting the kid's name. We were talking about this more. The Pittsburgh kid, Malik Thomas's friend, that apparently is on this roster too. I think you got 3 spots open now.
They have 4. Now you can have 15 now, so they've got 4 spots open on next year's team. But they have 11, what you consider,
that are actually going to play.
So really, I mean, these 4 spots are like, just end of the bench, guys. You're not going to get, in all likelihood, another major contributor. You've got your 9-10 man rotation right now with the guys that you have, between the guys coming back, the 2 transfers with Pringle and Ewan from Florida State, and then the freshman. And we'll see how many of them can contribute, because that's not easy to just come in here and, play 25 minutes a game and just start, tearing the world on fire, particularly, right when the season begins. Maybe you work your way up to that as the season goes on. But, yeah, I think they're pretty locked in with what they got.
So Florida has Boogie Flan. Condon's coming back for them.
Yeah.
Do they, because their national title, are they the team to beat this next season, or does Arkansas jump them just because of the talent that they've got coming in and that they're retaining that Cal's got?
Boogie Flan's a mystery because they played worse when he was on the floor. They played better when he was out with the injury here. So what do we really know about what he can contribute to a team? He's obviously very talented.
Yeah.
And you want to keep him around if you could, but $5 million seems to be a little steep for a guy who they go like 4-1, 5-1, or something like that when he was absent with the injury there. So I mean, I don't really know what kind of how does he fit into any situation, any setting, much less because I'm pretty sure when you're the defending national champ and you've got Condon and some guys back, like you're gonna have to adapt to them. They're not adapting to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Golden's got his system in place, and I like that Walter Clayton Jr. kid. Just watching him for much of the season, especially down the stretch, he had like a Kimber Walker type of run in postseason where they just refuse to lose, and how much of a loss that is to impact the Golden's kind of in that Billy Donovan stage, late 30s, about to be 40 years old. Maybe he can win another one here in the next few years, but I am curious if that game's going to be in Fayetteville, Gainesville, or if they'll play 1-1. I don't remember what the order looks like in the SEC basketball wise.
Yeah, and it's totally. I would think because they kind of there's not really a locked in format, so I would think being that Cal has Arkansas, going to be pretty highly ranked, and Florida's the defending champ. You would figure out a way for them to play home and home this year, to play twice.
You would think
because that would be big for TV purposes and whatnot. You know what I mean?
And the same for Kentucky last year, and yet they only played that game in Rupp Arena.
Yeah.
Which to me didn't make any sense. That game will be guaranteed Bud Walton, and I'm going to guess that you might see a return trip to Rupp. You were talking about games that you missed over the years, various things, sleeping in, working, whatever.
Not just games. Some of the all-time iconic moments that I slept through or missed.
Qualls dunk, 2004, Brady
Tubes.
Tubes.
Yeah, was that game I left?
99, Anthony Lucas, Sterner.
I'm pretty sure I was taking the ACT that day.
Yeah, that is, again, that's actually a reason in that situation. I think my biggest regret in 30 years and not attending a Razorback event is not just driving to Rupp. We had it all planned out. We were all going. Then Arkansas starts at 0-5 in SEC play. I think they're going to get their bell run in Rupp. Why am I driving 10 hours to watch Arkansas get mutilated inside a Rupp Arena? Little did I know that they'd shoot like 50% from three and go in and have the best game of the season and ultimately win.
Because all the pressure was on Kentucky in that game.
And
None of it was on Arkansas.
And that was a great offensive game for them stuff. But that was my biggest regret of basketball season, not driving for that game. Because I don't really mind. But I was like, why did we not go to this game? Why? And so, I mean, we watched it on TV. I may have had like 20 beers watching it and having a good time. But I'd still regret just not sacking up and driving to that game. I've only been to Rupp once. You've been? I know you have.
I've been to. I cried.
That was the cry. I don't remember if that was. I couldn't remember if that game was in Bud Walton or Rupp. But
1993 SEC tournament was in Rupp Arena, and I cried. I was 10 years old because the a-hole Kentucky fans all around us were very excited.
Dude, they are ruthless
that their team was winning over Arkansas. I think it was the semifinals of the tournament. Arkansas could never beat those guys in the SEC tournament. It just made me nuts.
No.
And then in 2000 they did on Friday night when that was the team that won all the games and won the SEC tournament title with Joe Johnson in them. But no, that and the fans were so rude. It was so miserable. Rupp was such a terrible, what a dump. And I cried. It was the first time I sports cried. I was 10 years old.
Oh, man. So you mentioned not being in the tournament. They lost in 93. They lost in 95.
In the final in 95, in overtime. Arkansas blew a huge lead in that game, too.
Epic game. 2015, I remember I was a sophomore. 2017, I was a senior. And there's probably been a game in between that wasn't as big of a deal as the kind of the championships or the semis that I remember. But, yeah, I mean, you beat them in Rupp. You beat them at Bud Walton. But you can't beat them in the SEC tournament. Maybe they will this year.
That one time they did.
Or next year, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that was the game. One of those games you mentioned was when Vital kept calling him Kingsley Moses.
Yeah.
Over and over again instead of Moses Kingsley.
And I think that was...
And Anderson got pissed.
Yeah.
He's like, what is this guy? He doesn't even know our guy's name, for crying out loud.
And Kingsley, and I love Moses. Moses was one of my favorite players when I was in school, and De'Aaron Fox went up for like a floater, and Moses kind of gave him one of those Andrew Bynum, J.J. Barea forearm shivers, and Yeah, that resulted in a flagrant and an ejection. And kind of like you said, Vitale was going ballistic on the broadcast. And I remember Anderson coming to his defense. It's like, you don't even know his name.
That's right.
That's where, so
I
that
remember
moment,
that.
the reason, like, I know Dickie V has been through a lot, and I don't want to just blast. And I personally liked it, Dickie V. I think he's done more good for college basketball. The reason Arkansas fans, for the most part, do not like Dick Vitale is because that moment, and then also, and I can't remember if this was on Sports Center or if it was leading up to the Arkansas-Kentucky game, that he was like, well, the reason the atmosphere is going to be great is because Cal and Kentucky are coming here. Arkansas fans were like, have you watched a game in Bud Walton Arena, like, ever? Like, what does it matter? It's just a ranked opponent. Like, this place of course it gets extra nuts when Kentucky comes in or Texas comes in here, or you have a number one opponent like Auburn a few years back. But if you don't watch the game in here, and that's, I think fans from that moment on, like, they were done with Dickie V.
Yeah. We got a text here. First, we got a Boost Sports text, so that's coming in here. And then let's see here. Where did it go? Oh, Andy in Mountain Home wanted to know what I got on that ACT.
Ooh, I'm curious now.
A 22.
Is that your highest?
Yeah, that's what I turned in. I was terrible at it. There was stuff on the math. I was just coloring in dots, man. I had no idea what was going on.
Do you blame the Searcy school district for that, or who gets blamed? Does Harding Academy get blamed?
Yeah, I wasn't exactly a academic.
How the hell do I have a higher ACT score than you do?
That's the news. What was yours?
23.
Oh, okay. Well, we're in the same neighborhood.
One higher.
There was a subset of the math, not the total math, but there was a subset like geometry or something. I got a 9 on that particular section. Yeah, a 9. I'm telling you, I was looking at the thing, Ty, and I'm like, you know what? D hasn't been the right answer in a while. I'm going to color in D. I was basing it on I haven't used that one in a few minutes. Maybe it's time to color in that. Terrible.
Is that a bad strategy, Bill? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you get to a point that, you say screw it and go D every now and then.
Listen, what did you have to get in to get to the U of A back then? Like a 16?
I have no idea. You could fog a mirror and get in back then, I guess. And I did.
I don't want to belittle the university that I have a diploma from.
Why not?
But it's not like you have to try really hard not to get into the University of Arkansas. And I know things have changed a little bit, but it's not overly difficult to get accepted to the especially if you're an in-state.
That's right. That's why I went there. Because Syracuse was too hard to get in, and it was $20,000 a year, and I'm like, that's not happening. So here we are.
You would up in New York. I feel like you would have hated that.
Yeah, but I wanted to be those guys. I wanted it to be like Stockton, Costas, Ruskin. I wanted to be the next one, and it didn't happen. Here I am.
Still in Arkansas.
That's right.
I like the one text. You just filled in the dots a little more correctly.
Yeah, that's right. Andy says C is statistically the most likely the correct answer. Yes, but then I started second guessing myself, and I'm like, well, there can't be this many C's on here.
So was math your worst subject based on the score?
I'm in broadcasting. Of course math is my worst subject.
I can do like the multiplication tables really, really quick, but when it came like finite math was the most difficult course outside of an argumentation, like a 4,000 or 5,000 level thing at the U of A. That was the most. Finite math was awful. Somehow I got a B in that. I was lucky not to fail that class.
No, I'm not a math guy. Not a math guy at all. So yeah, there you go. All right, there it is. There's the big reveal. Ty made a higher ACT score than me.
Is that the first time you've talked about this?
No, I've mentioned it before, but it's been a minute. Of course,
I don't know how that's possible.
I have the same 10 stories to just tell them over and over again, and it's
Tommy's going to dock your pay starting tomorrow.
I hope not. Can't dock it much more.
I think, if I remember right, I want to say we both have a higher one than his is. So what does that say?
Well, then we should be never mind. Never mind. But really, that was my dream, right? I was going to be like, all right, it's going to go like Dick Stockton, Bob Costas, Ian Eagle, Derek Ruskin. That's going to be the Syracuse line. And yeah, that's not what happened at all. And then I actually visited Missouri, but I didn't go there.
Could have been the the next Slate Bob Holt.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tom Hart. Tom Hart went to Missouri.
Tom, I will give, and I like Tom Hart too. I will give Bob credit, and Bob occasionally would talk about Shakespeare's. Bob, while he was incredible, what he did, he never had any arrogance that a lot of those Missouri guys have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like Pat Forty and those people.
Yes, like that, like the cachet that they think they have. Bob actually had it, but he didn't act like it.
Right, that's true.
The Northwestern people are worse.
I agree with that. 100%.
I did like. I think Matt Jones told this story. He may have called in here, or said it, or on one of the things they were doing at the time. One of their podcasts or whatever. But I love the story when he's riding in a car with Bob, and Bob was talking about doing a feature on the long snapper. And he's like, I guess I'm the only person that can make a feature on the long snapper good, or something like that. Interesting, or something like that. It's like,
That's probably the
about
most.
right.
That's probably the most. And I'm saying this in the friendliest way. That's probably the most arrogant thing he's ever said. Which is is like,
but
not
it's also
even at all.
true.
It's also true.
Like he could get away with it because it's correct. He is the only person that could do it. What are they going to do in July? They got to have like a ribbon or something on his chair, right? At Media Days or something.
They had
like
one
that?
at the Cotton Bowl. They had one at the Rose Bowl. They had one at
because
the
that
SEC championship.
SEC
game.
Media Days was his event
Mhm.
because he was always there, usually on TV on the right, stage left when you're looking down, and he's always, asking all the questions. down there.
Sankey will have his movie quote, and then he'll mention Bob, as he should, and then he'll go on to his spiel. By the way, have you've seen any of this stuff that they've been talking about at spring meetings, and does any of that interest you at all? Outside of just being in Sandestin,
It's hilarious to me how you can have all of this. I just think the optics are really awful. That like you're having all of these complaints about college football and the playoff and all this, and you're at a freaking resort in Florida. Like you're not in some like the meeting room at some deli somewhere in the middle of Knoxville or whatever. No, you're on the beach complaining about how terrible college football is. It doesn't compute to me.
well, that's why. And so when all these coaches talk about restricting salaries and having caps and everything else, it's so funny to me. Like I know Kirby Smart's talking about this, and correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's the highest paid coach in college football, making over $10 million. And I'm not going to say he hasn't earned that, being that he's been as good as he's been since arriving in Athens. But my whole thing is, it's like players aren't stupid. They see this stuff either in social media. It's not hard to figure out how much your coach makes nowadays. You can just read about it. You can get freedom of information question. It's everywhere. So it's just so hollow. It's just like the resort in Sandestin.
Yeah.
It's
it's millionaires complaining about their Bentleys in the shop or whatever, and they're on the beach. Like it just doesn't connect to me. It's not whatever is the thing worse than first world problems, like above first world. That's what it is. Like you've got this incredible product that a lot of people watch and makes a ton of money, and you're like, well, we want more of this and this. Calm down. I don't like it. I don't like it.
It doesn't help. And the biggest part, we're kind of joking about it earlier. One of the other elements within all of this is while this is going on, while there's all these changes, besides that 9-4 season in 2021, you've been mediocre for over a decade. So
that's another reason.
Not only are things changing for the worse in the opinion of 95% of fans, but your team that you invest in, not just from a cash standpoint, but also just your emotional investment, is not good. And that's hard to stomach if you're a Razorback fan.
It's like college football's a parade and you're just watching it go by. You're not in the parade. You know what I mean? And that's another reason why the goings on down there don't really interest me all that much, is because do they really affect anything going on here? Not really. I mean, you're still got to figure out if how long is it going to take Taylor Green to get in touch with all these receivers, and can the offensive line hold up? I mean, that has nothing to do with 9 conference games or whatever. Now, I will say selfishly, because I like when they're playing good games, And I hate watching these FCS games, and when they bring in some tomato can from the MAC or whatever in here, I hate it, and I don't think you should have to pay full price for it. So I do like the idea of 9 league games, and then in the 10th game you play a Big Ten school. I like that because that means you only have 2 games that are going to suck on your schedule.
But here's the flip side of that, and I get where you're coming from. They're going to go like 3-9 if they get that schedule.
Well, you better figure it out. You're going to figure it out, because
listen, I have, and maybe I have the wrong take on this. I would rather like Alabama A&M, Alabama A&M's brother, Alabama A&M's sister, and then a terrible Power 5 team, 4 wins, get maybe 3 SEC. We were doing this exercise yesterday, Bill. We kind of both rounded out at like 6-6. I would rather have a terrible schedule and win 7 or 8 games rather than a great schedule like you have this year. The road games are all great. You've got Notre Dame coming in here, A&M's coming in here for the first time since 2014. That to me is more appealing to have those wins, even though they're built on sand.
We call that going the full Signetti around here because Indiana and Signetti, they scheduled their way all the way to the playoff last year. They didn't play anybody any good, but they won them all, won most of them, and then there you go.
What was wild about their schedule? I know you guys were talking about this. The bottom half of the Big Ten, they played them all. The top half, they only played like 1 team.
That's right, yeah.
And it was unbelievable how it played out like that for Indiana.
Exactly. Then they went to Notre Dame and got their teeth kicked in. I mean, in the playoff. And that's after he was talking all that stuff. I mean, he was on game day that day. We were watching it in here. It was a Friday, right?
Yeah.
I think it was a Friday. So they had game day on at like 1 p.m. in the build up to this ball game on ESPN. And Signetti's on there and he's talking all this crap. And then here goes, I think it was Jeremiah Love, like 80 yards. I'm like, oh, well, thank you for playing. Good luck.
Shane Gillis drinking his Bud Light, laughing.
Yeah, that's right.
That you mentioned game day. The funniest bit. Are you a Shane Gillis guy?
He's fine. Yeah.
When he was making fun of Nick Saban on the broadcast with Nick Saban, that to me, like you have to have some type of what's to do that. I don't think I've ever laughed harder in a college game day bit than I did when he was doing that.
All right, we'll be back here in a minute. Ty filling in for Zach today. We will return 16 minutes until the hour. Stay where you are.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Hey, Hog fans, it's Ty Richardson. Join me in the ESPN Arkansas crew this Friday, May 30th from 9 to 1:30 as we take ESPN Arkansas live to the Stadium Shop, one of our proud presenting sponsors of the NCAA Baseball Regionals. On your way to the game, stop by and gear up with bases loaded hats, baseball jerseys, and regional t-shirts. Located just steps from Bob Walker Stadium at 989 Razorback Road this Friday from 9 to 1:30 at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Northwest Arkansas. Hi, this is Stacy with ProMix Concrete, a division of Ozark Ready Mix. We're a local ready mix concrete supplier, and I'd like to invite you to call our team. We'll provide you high-performance, optimized ready mix concrete and top-notch service for any and all of your commercial, DOT, and residential construction applications. Call us at 479-480-3060. That's 479-480-3060, and we'll take care of your business. Ask yourself, do you need a mix or ProMix?
Experience the flavors of chef-inspired modern Ozark cuisine at Mockingbird Kitchen in the Evelyn Hills Shopping Center in Fayetteville. Now that the weather is perfect, dine on their patio and enjoy delicious, seasonally inspired dishes from signature favorites to nightly specials. They're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner, or if you prefer to stay in, you can order takeout and enjoy at home. Vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free options are available. Make your lunch or dinner extraordinary at Mockingbird Kitchen, where great food meets great atmosphere. Mockingbird Kitchen, modern Ozark cuisine.
Hey y'all, it's Melinda at Fantasy Sports Cuts. It's time to step up to the plate and get a big league haircut at Fantasy Sports Cuts. Whether you're gearing up for the game or just need a fresh cut, our all-star stylist will have you looking like a champ. Kick back in our big comfy chairs, catch the game on our ATVs, and enjoy a cold beer or root beer while we handle the rest. Book online at fantasysportscuts.com or call us at 935-3116. Walk-ins are always welcome, but if you're on a tight schedule, we recommend booking ahead. Fantasy Sports Cuts, where every haircut is a home run. Located at Mission and Crossover in the Harp Shopping Center.
Kick off summer with Memorial Day savings all month long at Rath Mitsubishi. Stand out from the crowd in the freshly redesigned Outlander with Yamaha premium sound and rates as low as 2.99%. Get $2,000 finance cash on remaining 24 Outlander Sports, or save big on new Mirages with 41 highway miles per gallon on special for as low as $2.99 a month. All brought to you by a non-commissioned sales team with no new tariffs and backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Start your summer early with us at Rath Mitsubishi. Don Tyson and 71B Springdale, rathmitsubishi.com. Offer subject to bank approval. See dealer for details.
If you're trying to get through your daily activities and you're noticing you can't because you're focusing more on your pain than being able to enjoy the moment, those are the patients that we're looking to treat because we can make a difference.
That's Dr. Ashley Caravelli, a medical director for QC Kinetics.
What we're doing at QC Kinetics is offering treatments that help with joint preservation. We use cutting-edge technology in our in-house lab to harness your body's natural healing powers and target the areas where you need them the most.
These are regenerative, non-surgical treatments, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader, delivering lasting relief to tens of thousands of patients.
What we do know is that the sooner we start treatment, the sooner you'll see relief.
So don't wait another minute. See if you're a good candidate for these non-surgical treatments for joint pain. The consultation is completely free.
Call QC Kinetics, 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. 479-999-1234.
Evan Cohen here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows. Binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on the warm weather vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take your shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5heshot.com for full details and rules and to enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
The Crane Team is your home for all your automotive needs, with 6 different dealerships in Northwest Arkansas and America's favorite brands. The Crane Team has the perfect vehicle for you, from pickup and delivery to service after the sale. Plus our famous, huge Crane Cash discounts, the Crane Team simply can't be beat. Shop Arkansas's largest selection of Buick, GMC, Hyundai, Kia, Volkswagen, and more. Visit us today or shop online at craneteam.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall. Hope you're having a great hump day. Temperatures are going to remain on the cool side today. We'll only be in the low to mid 70s by lunchtime. You'll notice the clouds with a mix of sunshine, but we're not going to warm up too much. We'll stay in the mid 70s to low 80s across the area. Tomorrow is an impact day. We've got showers and storms that can move in overnight tonight. We're going to see that increasing for your Thursday morning and those temperatures staying well below average. With your Get Ready weather, I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall.
ESPN 99.5.
Giving you the entertainment you deserve. Here's Ruscin Zach.
We're back. It's 10 minutes till the hour here on ESPN Arkansas. Hit that line now. Brought to you by Taco Bell. The tortilla chip breaded crispy chicken nuggets are back at Taco Bell. All white meat chicken coated in tortilla chip breading and paired with unique dipping sauces at participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Okay. We are going to do Grill Bill coming up at 5 o'clock today. So everybody get ready for that. We are going to be at Crane Kia tomorrow doing the show. Big preview of the regional and all that going on. So that'll be exciting. Crane Key in Fayetteville. Did I say Bentonville? What did I say?
No, you just say Crane Key.
All right.
You're good.
Okay.
And apparently someone's making a triumphant return tomorrow.
That's what we hear. Like Willis Reed is coming in off the off the pine, off the injury list. So there you go. All right. So that's what's going on. And then Friday, I don't know what we're gonna do. They want us to sit here and talk. I don't know. We'll see. Seems kind of like a fool's errand to me, but, what do I know? But there will be post-game all weekend long of the baseball stuff. Right?
You're volunteered for that, right?
No.
The one on Saturday night and Sunday night before Monday morning? No, me and Big C got it all weekend. I'm excited. Like, now,
do you go, are you like on the concourse or do you go to the media center to set all that up?
I told myself, because I've been blowing and going lately, I'm going to stay put, be in studio with Big C. So I'm not actually attending the games. We're going to do our show at the Stadium Shop on Friday, and I'm going to hightail it back to the fort and then just listen to Phil, obviously, for 30 or so minutes, and then watch and listen to Phil the rest of the way and Bubba the rest of the way. But I thought about, like, going back and forth and doing it. I want to be kind of want to be in studio. And I'm bad. When I go to games sometimes, I'll socialize, and that's not good when we're doing the post game. I need to be writing stuff down and taking notes and doing all that. So, yeah, I'm not going to but I will if they I don't want to get to the money. Actually, never mind.
If you say if,
okay,
that's okay.
If they get by Kansas, Creighton, North Dakota State this week and advance past the regional, then I do want to be in attendance for the possibility of them beating either Tennessee, Wake Forest, or Cincinnati on the way to Omaha, Nebraska,
Potentially. A lot to settle between here and there. Don't touch the money. Also, it's Miami of Ohio. I just saw Miami on here. I'm like, dang, the Canes are a 4 seed? No, Miami of Ohio. That's in the Tennessee.
Okay, so
regional.
not which one did I say? Did I say
No, you didn't say the fourth team. So I was
okay.
like, well, who's he leaving out? Who's he assuming is just going to?
Maybe
they'll beat Tennessee. That'd be great.
Is
right?
it the Redbirds?
Red Hawks.
Red Hawks.
Yeah.
Man,
No.
How crazy would that be if Vitello's squad, which wasn't preseason number 1, but if they got yeeted in their own regional by the 4 seed?
Yeah, I'd hate to see that.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the fact that you just beat Tennessee in Baum Walker just a few weeks ago, and that's your regional or potential super regional opponent.
Revenge.
I don't like that. I don't like that you reamed Lee and Doyle in that game either.
I like all the stories with this regional. I mean, you've got a team that's 12 games below 500. You've got a coach this is the last year. You've obviously got Arkansas, who's the now betting favorite to win the whole son of a gun. And the team no one's probably going to talk about at all that has 40-some-odd wins, Kansas.
Yeah, you're playing Kansas in the postseason for
in another
football,
sport.
basketball, now baseball.
Yeah. Wild. All right, we'll be back here on ESPN Arkansas. You know what? Are you paying too much for your website, or do you have a DIY site that's eating your time and turning customers away? Modular Orange is changing the game. $95 a month. They'll build a custom professional website for you with no upfront costs. That's right. They write it, build it, launch it, host it, secure it, and keep it up to date. $95 a month. Go to modularorange.com and find out more about it. Modularorange.com. Modularorange.com.
Exclusive coverage at the Fayetteville Regional, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Arvest Bank, and Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better series than what we got right here.
It's Wednesday, May 28th. I'm Phil Reed. That's your 4029 news update. A lawsuit filed against the Oklahoma State Superintendent and Board of Education will be in front of a judge later today. The lawsuit questions whether the social studies standards approved by the board should be tossed out. The city of Bentonville is asking people for input on the downtown square and its future as the city continues to grow. They can come give their opinion today from 4 to 6 at the Rotary Room of the Bentonville Public Library. COVID-19 will no longer be recommended for healthy children and pregnant women. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. making the announcement. It's day 4 of the search for an escaped inmate who also happens to be a former police chief from Northwest Arkansas. Van Harden escaped from the North Central Unit in Calico Rock. From the River Valley to Northwest Arkansas and everywhere in between, make 4029 your home for the best live, local, and late-breaking news.
Hey, before you go play, swing by Golf USA in Fayetteville and check out the latest and greatest offerings from the biggest names in golf. With 2 high-definition simulators, an enormous selection, and the most knowledgeable staff, be assured Golf USA is here to make you look and play better. And Golf USA is honored to be included for the 5th time to Golf Digest Top Fitters list for 2024. Check them out in the Office Depot Hobby Lobby Shopping Center on North College in Fayetteville. Golf USA. We are as golf as it gets.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Sean Garrison in Rogers and Griggs Covington in Farmington.
Oh my gosh, Becky, look at that sign. It looks like one of those that Sign Studio made.
Well, that's because it probably is. Hi, I'm Matt Reese, COO of Sign Studio. Don't let the name fool you. We're not just signs. From interior and exterior signage to business cards, banners, and promotional items, Sign Studio can help take your business to the next level. We're passionate about helping you grow your brand. Our in-house design and production team allows for quick turnaround, and we have multiple locations to serve all of your Northwest Arkansas signage needs. Follow us online or call 479-250-4844.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Looking for the perfect jewelry to celebrate life's special moments? Welcome to Swift's Jewelry. Swifts, we specialize in turning your dreams into stunning reality. Whether it's a beautiful custom engagement ring, a unique anniversary gift, or a special piece just for you, our expert jewelers can craft the perfect masterpiece that tells your story. Come visit us in beautiful downtown Fayetteville next to Hugo's Restaurant or at swiftsjewelry.com. Swift's Jewelry, your personal jeweler since 1956.
KKS Goshen Fayetteville, K237GR Johnson. Arkansas football begins in 94 days. Coming to you live from the Crane Automotive Team Studios. Covering the Razorbacks like no one else.
The one thing that the coaches and the people who are opponents to talk radio are totally right about is it is by nature a negative process. Losing is better than winning.
Derek Ruskin.
I want to talk to the idiot who put that moron on the air.
Zach Arns.
I think this building should be condemned. There's serious metal fatigue in all the load-bearing members. The wiring is substandard. It's completely inadequate for our power needs. And the neighborhood is like a demilitarized zone.
Like it or not, another hour of Ruskin and Zach starts right now.
All right, Ruskin and Zach here on ESPN Arkansas. Ty filling in for Zach, who is expected to return from the injured list tomorrow. We'll see what he said.
I love all the speculation on that we've seen come across the text line about what's going on with him.
Yes, there is rampant speculation on the text line where he is, but I mean, there's HIPAA laws, and I don't want to get sued or whatever, so I don't know what's. I can't tell you what's going on. But it would be really, it'd be funny if he said what was going on, and everybody's like, God, I feel really bad for all that stuff I said. I'm sorry. You'll feel like a real idiot. You know what I mean? Like one of those deals where somebody's out like, oh, he got fired. No, he's actually, having some health stuff come up here. So anyway,
he's not in Cabo enjoying the weather.
No, he's not. He didn't take an extra long on Memorial Day weekend.
Which y'all's didn't seem to be enjoyable at all based on the airline issues.
Oh man,
it seemed like you
Are you doing bum of the week on the airport, or am I? Or are we both?
Well, you can do the airport. I'll pick the airline.
Okay, deal.
I just need to check with Ty to make sure that
I spent so much time.
the one that starts with a U and the one that starts with an A are not on our list.
Oh no! They're airlines are fair game.
Okay,
I think,
yeah,
right?
okay.
We don't have any. You don't have the United Airlines account.
No.
Okay, good.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, good.
I'll start there.
I'm a little.
I don't know where I'm going to finish, but I'll start there.
So you were talking about DFW yesterday. The last incident I remember there was in 2021 on my way to Madison, Wisconsin. 10 flight delays, 3 cancellations, and I missed a flight in addition to that.
Here's the worst thing that happened.
That's a tough airport.
Now I felt like I was tracking. I felt like I was working a coaching search because I spent all day tracking planes.
Did you really?
Because you get to a gate and there's no plane, so you can go on there and go, well, where's my plane now? And you can see that it hasn't left the place it was supposed to be before it got to this place. So you're like, God, we're never getting out of this.
Or when they move the gates on you last minute.
They do that.
Your
That's
gate
right.
has changed.
That is annoying.
That was weird. So the flight here that I was on was I get to the gate. I got a long layover in DFW, so I go have a drink because God knows I needed it, and I had a little meal, and so I get to my gate, and the flight before mine hasn't left yet, and I'm like, well, this ain't good. This is not good. We're either gonna have a gate change or another delay here. They were going to Monroe, Louisiana. The flight.
From Dallas?
That's a thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I get there, and there's nowhere to sit. So, like, I'm at, I don't remember, 28. I have to go to, like, 36 to find a chair because there's nowhere to sit at 28. And then, finally, I sat down for a while, and I finally walked back over there, and they're starting to get on their plane finally. And I'm looking at mine. I'm like, well, it says it's going to happen. But, yeah, they don't update the screen at these airports. So, like, they tell you you're boarding. We'll pick a time here. They tell you you're boarding at 4:10. All right.
Okay.
The plane that is taking you isn't arriving at the gate till 4:35. Well, we're not boarding at 4:10. It's not possible. There's no plane, and they never tell you this stuff until like 1 minute before. Then it all changes, and you get all the alerts and the emails and everything. I'll tell you another thing that happened. I got bumped out of a hotel on Saturday night.
Let it loose.
All right. And maybe this is my fault, but this has never happened to me before. So I go in and I go to the hotel where my parents are staying for my sister's wedding in Florida. And I'm like, all right, Derek Ruskin. Like, we don't have you in here. I'm like, no, here's the number, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this shows it was canceled. What we think happened is because my dad, did a lot of traveling with business the last, 10 years before he retired or whatever. We think a Hilton Honors person bumped me out of a hotel room because I booked through one of those third-party sites to save, $15 or whatever. All right. So then, all right, so I don't have anywhere to stay. But the guy at the Dennis at the front desk at the Hampton Inn was great. He's like, man, I'd put you up. We don't have any rooms. I mean, I'm sorry. I can get you on tomorrow night. So we got Sunday night settled out. But Saturday night, I have nowhere to go. So I end up sleeping on a hide bed in my parents' room. I'm calling
as a 40-something.
That's right. Yeah. There's a whole other story there. So I'm calling because like I have gotten no word that this has been canceled, right? So I call this outfit that I booked through, and the guy's like, "Well, I can give you the confirmation number," and I'm like, "Go right ahead. You've emailed it to me 5 times. I gave it to this guy. He says there's no room, so I want my money back." And he's like, "Okay, let me call the hotel." I'm like, "Call the hotel. I'm standing in the hotel. You call him, though. You're going to sort it all out. You call him. Fine." All right. So then, of course, the guy calls me back, and he's like, "Yeah, we're going to give you your money back plus $70 for pain and suffering." I'm like, "Fine. That sounds good."
From what I heard, he made $85.
I made $85
because he saved $15 doing it through the secondary
Probably.
side,
I don't know what it
third-party
was.
side.
Yeah.
And then they gave you an additional $70.
Yeah.
That's half a hotel night.
But the actual human at the hotel was awesome.
A good human being.
Yeah, he was a good guy. So I come in I come back from the wedding Sunday night, and he's working again.
Okay.
And I'm like, we're gonna try this again. He's like, I got you this time. You're good. And it was all set up.
So-
Everything worked out for Sunday night. Oh, man.
To go off that story, the friends I stayed with in Hoover on their wedding night, on their wedding night, similar situation. Groom calls the week of, hey, we all good to go? Yep. In Birmingham, where there's, I think it was the Daytona 500 or something that weekend. So it was a massive weekend.
Talladega.
Thank you.
Talladega.
Talladega was hacking. And so they get to the hotel, get to the front desk. She's obviously in her white dress. He's in a tux.
Nothing.
Room for Jennings. Sir, we don't have anything. Or no. Oh, here's what there was some flooding in the hotel, and so some of the rooms are not, like, you can't occupy them or whatever.
God.
And in his opinion, it was just a straight up lie, because when they were more inquisitive about it, they kind of went in circles. So it was one of those things where, like yourself, they were under the impression that they gave up their hotel room that had been confirmed for a good couple months and locked in. And so you have, again, this sweet bride and they're just sitting in the middle of like a bunch of race car fans in the middle of this lobby.
That's an image right there.
On their wedding night. So I felt bad for Parker and Elliot, but they told me that story. It's like, in hindsight, it's something funny you can tell 20 years down the road, but at the time,
it's terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Like, you want that night to be perfect for your significant other.
And let me say something about our fair airport here, if I may. And I want to be specific about this, because the guy at TSA wanted me to not yell about TSA, and I will not. They were great. But has a flight ever left XNA on time? I mean, honest to God, I've been on a plane leaving at 6 a.m. for Miami, and we didn't leave till 7:15. Has there ever been a plane leave on time from Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport? Ever? Has this ever occurred? We were loaded up and ready to go Saturday, Ty. Plane full of people, door closed. Guess what? All the bags are sitting down there. They didn't have enough people working to put bags on the plane. So the flight attendant's like, yeah, we're in a delay. I guess they only have 2 people working today or whatever. How does this happen? How does this happen every time? Ugh.
Yeah, I know they're
as convenient as it is for being, right up the road. You lose all that because nothing ever happens on time over there.
Whenever I go somewhere, I look at four airports. I look at Tulsa, XNA, Little Rock, and Fort Smith. I don't think I've ever flown out of any. I guess I drove to Dallas one time just to get a straight shot or whatever. But I'll do like cheapness and proximity. They're not like, they're all within hour and a half, 2 hours. Like not too crazy or anything else. But I know that's something that people have been annoyed by. I am excited for the renovations. I mean, XNA is starting to look nice. Like, you can tell that what they put into it is
let's
good.
get the birds out on time. Come on.
I just hope we get Southwest at XNA.
Maybe.
I know they've got the hub not the hub, but they've got the at Tulsa. But I'm hoping Southwest eventually.
Well, we have Southwest news today.
That's right.
Oh,
we got more airline news.
Let's hear it.
They're the last ones. Even Southwest is now going to start charging for bags.
That's right. And we also found out through this story that these crooks at the airlines make $7 billion a year off of bag fees. $7 billion a year. And y'all can't get enough people to do this stuff? Good God, what are these CEOs making in bonuses? Are you kidding me?
When they go through those...
What an industry. An industry where you can be bad and still make profit. What a deal. What a deal.
Dana Altman got out on time.
Lord almighty.
When they go through these, they're not like the Salem witch trials, because these people have actually done it to themselves. But whether it's the credit card CEOs or the airline CEOs, I don't know who ticks me off more when I hear the amount of money that comes through both of those. And this is someone that just got his 3rd credit card and that utilizes it. But then I hear stories like this. I'm like, I should just use cash all the time. Never use that.
Yeah. $7 billion off the bags. I don't feel so bad by sneaking a few on Allegiant in my time and not paying for them when I hear that news. They can afford to lose the $50. All right.
You see this text? $7 billion in bag fees, and you guys can't get a poll spot.
Well, we're not going to get an airline, that's for sure. I wouldn't read the ads if we did. I'm not supporting this industry. It's crazy.
Oh man.
And what do? You can't just go like with anybody. Like you have to go where the planes are. Like you can't just. Sometimes there's a little variety, but usually not.
Okay, so while we're on the
racket, man.
While we're on the adjustment of XNA, if you will, you want the planes out quicker and on time.
Yeah.
That's I think everyone's saying. Is there a restaurant you want in the facility?
I like the what is that, the Smokewood, whatever that place is that they have there.
Mhm.
That's a damn good breakfast.
You guys
and
go-
they get it out and they understand. I'll tell you what I like about that restaurant.
See, and I did Aunt Annie's.
Oh, you did the pretzels? Yeah.
Okay.
That's good too. But I did the restaurant, and I'll tell you why I love the restaurant. They understand the assignment. You can have your entire meal done in like 20 minutes. They understand you got places to go. We're not going to lollygag around here. Here's your eggs. Here's your bacon. Here's the check. Boom. See ya. That's what you need. That is a well-run organization right there at the at least the last time I ate there last year. The Applewood or Smokewood Grill or whatever it is in the airport. I love that place.
I think we found y'all's new Twitter.
No, and I just want to throw this since we're going. Thank God for Google Translate. Otherwise, I would not have been able to talk to my driver.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were. Yeah,
that was a thing.
Y'all's eventful. It was funny coming in. What's today? Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday, and then hearing how identical bad endings to y'all's trips were.
My aunt didn't get in until 2:45 last night.
Man,
she stayed an extra day, and yeah.
Let me put it to you this way, Ty. When I got home, when I leave here, I get home about 6:30. I was asleep before 7, and I did not get up until 6:30 this morning.
Good for you, man.
I caught up on a lot of
You slept
of Monday
nearly
night.
12 hours still.
Good for you.
Yep. Made up for a lot of what happened to me on Monday.
Right.
Can y'all sleep on planes?
I try.
I think so. I'm pretty sure I was nodding off on the plane because they take you out there like tickling you with a feather. They take you all the way out there to the edge of the runway, and then you just sit there for 45 more minutes. You're like, God, I'm never getting home. I'm never getting home. I'm going to be here until I die. That's it. And then finally the thing goes and whatever. But
I do love that TSA guy goes, please don't say anything bad about us.
TSA was great, man. It's a ground crew I got problems with.
Do you always get pulled aside? They always pull me aside.
No. I got okay. So here's
I
what
get
happened
it every time.
So coming back from my honeymoon, I got the whole pull aside
frisked?
thing in Barbados. Yeah, I got picked at random, and then on a Monday, my mom got pulled aside on her trip back to the Little Rock Airport. She got pulled aside in Florida for the random screening.
That's funny. I bet you and your dad were having a field day with that.
Yeah, she texted me about it, and he was talking about it too. And then it's crazy.
Are we on Tampa?
Yeah, I was in Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, TPA. That's the airport.
That's
That's
cool.
another thing I was nervous about. Is like, what if I had to make sure because I've done this before, where you think you're flying out of one airport, it's another one.
Yeah,
I've done that before. So I was like
it's
quadruple checking. Is this the right airport? Because I didn't want to get an hour away somewhere and like, oh yeah, it's over there, and you have 10 minutes. Good luck.
St. Pete. I guess there's St. Pete. Not
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing for me is you and I went different directions. You were in Florida. I was in Arizona, but we had the exact same problems at the exact same place.
That's right. Yeah, and I think we were at DFW. Like I think I left before you got there. I think. What time did you get there Monday night?
Oh, I didn't get there until about midnight.
Okay, yeah, I was out by 10:30. So yeah, we missed. We were in the same place, but and people were asked. I heard one person ask this because at 10 o'clock, they start to roll up the airport. I did walk by and someone was like, "Well, is there anywhere we can drink?" All the bars were putting their stools up like they're ready to go. They didn't care. It's a holiday. They're trying to get out of there.
I did. It's funny as you guys go over the saga that was the end of your weekend. I did read an article last week that said XNA is preparing for its busiest Memorial Day yet.
Well, it must have been busy. I don't know. There was no one there when I got there, so maybe it was busy before. All right. When are we going to get that company NetJets account? That's the other thing I want to know.
Oh, like Jackson Dart has?
Yeah,
or
like when
had?
we getting the ESPN Arkansas, corporate jet account?
We
just rent it. We don't want to buy one, obviously, because then you have to pay for all that stuff.
We've had an airline or two that have come on with us before. I don't know if all this conversation is helping allure
Get a corporate.
prospects.
Let's get a corporate NetJets account, and then we'll.
That would be nice.
Tommy could fly to Harrison. It'd be great. Be there in 10 minutes. Be perfect.
Ugh,
Or Branson or whatever. Yeah.
Fly out of Drake.
Fly up here. What's a flight from Fort Smith to Fayetteville? What is that? 5 minutes?
I would
7 minutes?
Yeah. You know that you might not know this. You don't live there anymore. You know Delta's gone. It's just American.
I didn't know.
Every
that, no.
flight is just to your favorite airport, Dallas Fort Worth. So anytime you fly out of Fort Smith, it just goes there.
But the problem I had is when one flight got canceled, I'm like, okay, well, I'm connecting, so that there's a snowball effect.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I had to switch pilots. I didn't have to switch pilots. The pilot, he had a shack incident or something, and we had to get a new pilot.
Yeah, Bill's theory is the pilot crapped his pants, and that's why he had to leave.
Well, they backed out 60 feet, and we sat there for 45 minutes, and then they pulled right back into the gate. And I'm going, okay, now I got to find another flight from there to here. It was just a thing, man.
And the pilot had the bubble guts.
Yeah. I hope my father appreciated my visit.
Yeah, for real. All right, it's 18 minutes after the hour here on Ruscin and Zach. 877-377-6963. Hey, let me tell you about Roback. Get fresh polos, running joggers, and comfortable khaki shorts, all from Roback. And they've got their University of Arkansas license collection now available on Roback.com. RHOBACK, Roback.com. Use code RUSH25 at checkout and get 20% off your first order. RHOBACK.com. 20% off hoodies, joggers, and more. Use the code RUSH25 at checkout. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Influential show in Arkansas. This is Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Sandy White perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Don't take less when you can have it all with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Luxe Cravings boxes. There's the $5 Classic box full of craveable faves. The $7 Supreme box for your swankier side. And the $9 Cantina Luxe box has a whole world of tasty indulgences, including the slow-roasted Cantina Chicken Burrito. Get Luxe for less with the $5, $7, and $9 Luxe Cravings boxes at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Take that all day.
I need to sit though.
putt. Let's go tap in pars.
Golf is back. Shop polos, hoodies, and Q-zips at rowback.com.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing and we're into the NBA and NHL playoffs, and BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Bet online. The game starts here.
Thanks for watching us.
Showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruscin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's the time of year all about stepping up to the plate and making every play count. And when your vehicle takes a hit, you need a repair team that knows how to rally. Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body has been family owned and operated for over 40 years and is proud to be iCar Gold Class certified, putting them in the elite 15% of collision repair shops nationwide. For expert repairs that get you back in the lineup, call Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body at 479-751-3801 or visit CourtneyHollingsworth.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall. Hope you're having a great hump day. Temperatures are going to remain on the cool side today. We'll only be in the low to mid 70s by lunchtime. You'll notice the clouds with a mix of sunshine, but we're not going to warm up too much. We'll stay in the mid 70s to low 80s across the area. Tomorrow is an impact day. We've got showers and storms that can move in overnight tonight. We're going to see that increasing for your Thursday morning and those temperatures staying well below average. With your Get Ready weather, I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall.
ESPN 99.5. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. It's Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
All right, we're back here. Zach is out today. Ty is sitting in the good chair, brought to you by the Stadium Shop. Shop on Razorback.com. Everything you need for the regionals is there at the Stadium Shop. Bases loaded hats, jerseys, T-shirts, and right now, buy one regular price clothing item and get a second of equal or lesser value half off. That includes hats. 989 Razorback Road, Fayetteville. Shop on Razorback.com. The Edu Thero is sustained in the NBA draft. There's your Razorback news of the day. And Bree Ellis won Collegiate Softball Player of the Year. And she is the first person to win that, obviously, in school history, since what kind of softball program did they have prior to the Courtney Deifel? Not much. So there's a big win for her, Player of the Year. in softball. All right. Let's go to the poll questions. We haven't done that in a couple hours.
Let's go.
I don't think. Let's see here. Okay. Western Conference Finals. 46% of you say Thunder in 6. 42% Ty say Thunder in 5. They get it done tonight.
They get it done tonight. Loud City's going to be rocking. Hopefully get a chance to see Zay and Jalen have some impact tonight. So, yeah, I think they I think it's going to be close. Like lines, I think 8.5. But I think Oklahoma City, they don't cover, but they do win tonight.
Okay. Eastern Conference Finals. 44% say Pacers in 6. Just updated. 34% say Pacers in 5. They close it out tomorrow night at the Garden in what will be a very quiet Madison Square Garden. Let's see here. Does the regular season matter? 69% of you say it does. And do we need another Top Gun movie? 69% of you say we do not need another Top Gun movie.
What is your opinion? I know Bill gave his. What do you think on the Top Gun?
I think it's fine. I don't think we need to do any more.
Okay.
I think we're okay. I didn't know why we needed the second one. The first one was, and I saw the first one. Since I've done this show, I watched it. I'm like, that's all right. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's fine. It's a good movie. It's all right.
It holds up, though.
Yeah.
Like when a movie can hold up in 2025 from 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, that's when you know it's good.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, those are the polls and the your news update and all that other stuff that's going on here. Okay. We've got, of course, the regional coverage all weekend long. Ty's going to be doing the coverage there, and post game Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and if needed Monday. All brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith, by Arvest Bank, and by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Pete is on the phone in Rogers. Pete, good afternoon.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, I just want to let you know, because of you guys, I was up in Branson all weekend. We were going to play 54 holes of championship golf. Got there Saturday. Of course, that's a washout. And what I told my buddies and family, I said, hey, let's go to Social Birdie. And I never seen it. And we had a blast up there, guys. That place is really cool. You know, I know you guys use them, you know, during the fall, and you guys do the pick'ems and stuff like that. But I mean, I tell you what, we had a blast. We did get to play golf. We got in what we call the Mud Fest Bowl on Sunday for a little while, but then it got washed out again, and we went back to Social Birdie again. So it was if anybody's ever up there and you can't go play golf, that is the place to go.
All right.
That saved the whole weekend.
Cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Glad you had a good time up there, and you didn't have to sit around and just watch TV all day. You actually got to do something, so that's good. It's very good. Ben in Fayetteville's on the phone here. Hi, Ben. What's up?
Hey guys, long time no pissing anybody off. Got a question for you. Over the last 5 years, I had a good conversation with a buddy of mine at lunch. Over the last 5 years, which coach would you think would you call the most successful? Pittman, Dave Van Horn, or let's say Calipari? I know he hasn't been here for 5 years, but I think the most successful coach at the university right now over the last 5 years has got to be Sam, because he's brought home some hardware. And I don't know how anybody can not say that.
Oh, my God.
I mean, honestly, he's brought home some trophies.
There was that 1 year time where he won all the trophies.
Consider Dave Van Horn. Yeah. Here's my thing as well. I mean, I said this at lunch, and people I thought they were going to choke on their hot wings. I think Dave Van Horn is the Moses of college baseball. He goes to the promised land, looks inside, but he's not allowed in. He's not allowed to win a College World Series. I just think he's the Moses of college baseball.
All right. Thank you, Ben.
You mentioned 21.
Did not have Moses on my bingo card for the day.
But you take Texas, the Battle Line Trophy, the Southwest Classic. What's you won the boot, and then
the
bowl game. You had 4 trophies in 1 year. Liberty Bowl.
And you had
Liberty
Larry the Bowling Ball.
Larry the Bowling Ball. terms of hardware, yeah.
I mean,
listen, Cal didn't do anything the last 4 years in Kentucky postseason. I know Dave's had a rough stretch, but they got to the College World Series in 2022, and they were one game away from the finals. Ole Miss, it's still, and I joke with a buddy who does pre and post over there, Brett Norsworthy. I hate that program went through us to get it, but still Dave. You can't realistically say any of the other two, could you? I mean, Cal didn't do anything the last 4 years in Kentucky. They had one tournament win. One.
I know, yeah. And his last game, they got beat by that 38-year-old guy. That was what was that? Wofford? Is that who it was?
Yeah, Jack Gohlke.
Yeah.
Jack Gohlke.
Yeah. That guy. No, it was Oakland. It wasn't Wofford. It was Oakland.
Yeah.
Because they played them last year, and that same guy was
Greg Campy.
Campy, yeah,
and they beat him by 20 or 30 because
That's
they're all. I want to say they both have Pittsburgh roots, if I remember that right.
I think that's right. Yeah. That's right. Hacker only Ben would come up with the Moses Promised Land analogy. Right. He says Ben called into the wrong show. Maybe not.
Oh,
all right.
Man.
Well, this is going to be awkward. Or do we have one of these? See, we don't know where all the stuff is. We need one of those WNBC transitions to get out of this. Because I have an Arkansas live read now, and it's just going to be it's going to land awkwardly if we don't get out of it. There we go. All right. Cleanse the palate, Ty. You got to cleanse the palate. Thank you, Ben. All right. Razorback football in-state battle against Arkansas State is September 6th, the first matchup between the schools. 77th season of Razorback football in Little Rock. Tickets at ArkansasRazorbacks.com or call 1-800-982-HOGS. Tailgating info at WarMemorialStadium.com. Drive home coming up. Grill Bill coming up at 5 o'clock. Don't go anywhere.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Imagine a summer of backyard fun and relaxation for the whole family. Burton Pools and Spas can make it happen now during the Doughboy Super Sale. Get up to $1,500 off Doughboy above ground pools. 18-foot coastal pools for just $70 a month installed. Or a 12 by 24 oval semi in-ground pool starting at only $16,999. These deals won't last long. Visit us today in Fort Smith, Springdale, or Greenland. Burton Pools and Spas. Water for a better life.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Sterling Bank is a full-service community bank committed to the community, their customers, and the people and businesses who call Northwest Arkansas home. At Sterling Bank, you will find a complete menu of products and services designed to make your banking experience pleasant and productive. Visit your local branch in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville to experience friendly, top-notch customer service and to discover the Sterling difference. Member FDIC.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things people love. Eligible.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it, like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smart is connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696 to learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time and the best part, call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. Diabetes as easy as...
Start the weekend at Indigo Sky. Fridays in May from 6 to 10 p.m. Play for your chance to win up to $10,000 cash. Play for your chance to win over $1 million in total cash and Go Rewards prizes. Come stay in Sky Casino, the area's premier gaming destination. Enjoy delicious food, ice-cold adult weekend entertainment, luxurious hotel suites, and more. Experience the Indigo Sky difference. Highway 6, Missouri. IndigoSkyCasino.com for details.
Bill, where's Zach May? Did he have too much fun on Memorial Day weekend?
I actually think he had surgery for another Notre Dame fantasy camp.
Well, I hope he makes it after Crane Kia of Fayetteville this Thursday. We're going to be taking the show on the road.
Should we change Radio Renaissance?
Let's keep the status quo for now. Ruscin live at Crane Kia of Fayetteville, 2277 Foxglove Drive, this Thursday from 2.
ESPN 99.5.
The most influential Arkansas. This is Ruscin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on.
Well, Ben, I got everybody. How dare you soil the sanctity of the name of David Kevin Van Horn around here? How dare you, sir? We'll talk about we'll read some of those texts coming up here in a little bit. We got Grill Bill coming up at 5 o'clock. This is your drive home powered by Mr. Sparky.
Need a licensed electrician to service your home? Give us a jingle, or just use this one. Local pros, call Mr. Sparky.
Players rung the bell. That means he did his personal best.
Nuggies.
When's the last time I scored?
Shout out to Colton. We got our fancy pants Mr. Sparky graphic on the video.
Bang bang.
For the drive home. What is bang? What are you doing bang bang for all the time? What? Sorry. Are you Cactus Jack? What is this?
I just have these phrases and words that I sometimes
Where
say
did it come from?
subconsciously.
Where did bang
I
bang
have a low IQ.
That was not live. Point out.
I don't know. That's probably like a middle school term that I'm just kind of been.
Because Cactus Jack was a wrestler and he went bang bang all the time. He was a crazy guy, like wrestled on like barbed wire and set himself on fire, stuff like that. Well, maybe not set himself on fire, but whatever.
Okay, so Chips, Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack, yeah, Mick Foley. That was one of his alter egos. He was Mankind when Undertaker threw him off the cage in 97 or whenever that was, at Pittsburgh. It's neither here nor there. All right, let's see here. Rick from Fayetteville, very upset. Dave has won 2 league titles and a league tournament title in the past 5 years. All right. I guess Ben's not counting those trophies. Although, to be fair, the SEC championship trophy, that big, like, cylinder thing, is very unremarkable. It's not impressive. And I think college football should go back to the Crystal Football for the national championship. They had a good trophy and they ruined it and got this other thing, whatever it is.
College football ruined something that was great. Oh,
Yeah, oh,
man,
yeah.
that didn't sound.
Sorry, yeah. Signed or any other rivalry that's died in the last few years.
Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, all these like
Kansas, Missouri, yeah.
decades upon decades. I mean, half century or century rivalries that we've known for a number of years are going by the wayside. And I guess part of the rationale for playing 9 games in the SEC is to continue those long-standing rivalries that this conference has had. Newer member, 30-plus years, but, I mean, you still want the opportunity to play LSU and obviously Texas, not or SEC teams. You want these rivalries to continue.
The TV money, like, every time the deal comes up, you want more money, right? You want ESPN to pay more.
Yeah.
Well, in turn, you have to give them more. And so if they have, 2 less bad games to televise as opposed to, right now where, does anyone, let me just pull the schedule out here just for argument's sake here. Like Alabama, Eastern Illinois. Like, who the hell wants to watch that? In November, that's a ratings month too. It's a terrible game. Georgia versus Charlotte. Like, TV is going to say, okay, you want $12 billion? We need less games like this.
Yeah.
And we need, Texas, Georgia, what they're playing in November. That's a bad example. We need, we need Georgia, LSU in November. We don't need Georgia, Charlotte in November. So that's ultimately who's running this sport is television. And when you talk about the SEC, it's ESPN because they have all the rights to all the games now. So they're going to be the ones that are like, oh, you want more money, huh? Do you? You got 16 teams, got a bigger pie, you need more slices of the pie. Okay, well, this is what we want. We want everybody to play 9 league games and then a 10th game maybe against a Big Ten team. So we've got more, games that can get big numbers and we can, get big ratings and, pay for all this. So that's what I think drives it all.
Do you think it was smart for Greg Sankey and the SEC to put all their chips in one basket with ESPN and ABC and Disney and not split it up like the Big Ten has with Fox and CBS? Because if I had to get, like the NFL does, the NFL model, Fox, ESPN, CBS, NBC.
Yeah. It does, like, I don't know. I think that both ways make sense. Because the way that they do it, well, if you have an ESPN channel somewhere your team's on.
Yeah.
So you know where it is every Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it also, at the other, so that's good to have that kind of, and you bring ABC in and all that. It's also cool to say, and it's, impressive to say, well, we're on 4 different channels, like the NFL. Like you said, we're on NBC on Saturday nights. We're on Fox in the morning. We're on CBS in the afternoon. We're on FS1, whatever it is, Big Ten Network, all that stuff. So that's impressive too, because that is kind of like the NFL model. So I don't know if there's one right or wrong way to do it, because they both make sense to me. Having all the SEC games on an ESPN channel, you know where it is. So it's not, you don't have to go, well, are we on CBS this week or NBC or whatever?
I do miss CBS college football, SEC at 2:30, but now they put the best game and really the best 2 games of the week in prime time. And Arkansas not involved with those more often than not. I know that the Tennessee was with Herbie and Fowler last year, but you get the marquee SEC games at night, which is what they want.
And I remember it wasn't that long ago, maybe like 15 years ago, where they just started doing the Saturday night game with Musburger, and you were still having the big games in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But in the last few years, I mean, everybody does a night game now. NBC's got it. CBS doesn't, but they have the game leading into that.
Yep.
ABC's got it, of course. Fox has a game on at night. Everybody's doing that. And obviously, always you've had ESPN and ESPN2 have games on. So that's kind of been a new thing because I don't know if it's cheaper for the networks, but I mean, what are people going to watch? A football game or like 3 reruns of Dateline? Well, they're going to watch a football game.
Football game.
I mean, that's what they're going
to
do.
In the fall.
Yeah.
You mentioned Fox. So their big noon kickoff, which is 11 o'clock Central here in Arkansas, and for most of our listening area, Did you hear like Ohio State and Fox agreed to flex that game tonight when Texas comes into town, and Texas said no, we're not moving it tonight.
Yeah.
We're scared to play the Buckeyes tonight.
We were. I forget. We talked about that here, and it was like, it was the one day, like just for that one day, like I was like, good for you, Texas. Good for you. I was for those few hours, I was actually like proud of Texas. We're like, no, we're not doing that. No, the game's at 11. We're playing at 11. That's the way it is.
It's going to be a buzzsaw they're walking to either way. And I know Ohio State lost a lot from last year's team, but I mean, going to the horseshoe at night seems like just a really tall task.
Apparently, there was also Texas's AD was speaking at the meetings down there in Destin today. And apparently, there was also talk of moving it to Sunday night. And Texas was like, no, I'm not doing that. Del Conte, the AD, is like, no, I got to go to church. I'm not going. I'm not doing it on Sunday.
and I know that fan base and that university is so brash and arrogant and everything. And it's reflecting the AD. You remember last year when he was like, yeah, Oklahoma, Texas, the best rivalry in college football. It's not close. It's not, I'm paraphrasing. And Joe Castiglione, the Oklahoma AD, is much more reserved and kind of holding back a little bit. But you have this guy that hadn't even been in the conference like a week, or I don't even know. I don't even know if they entered just yet.
Yeah.
I think it was they were about to enter or whatever it was. And he's already coming in here and saying they have the best rivalry in college football, which it's probably in the top 5, maybe top 10. But classic Texas fan in the AD shoes and how just they act. And I was just like, okay, I hope Arkansas drills them this year. Unfortunately, they lost 20-10, but yeah, that's part of the Texas ways, even in reflecting their AD.
Yeah, and I don't know. I will say this is such an in the weeds thing, but like the thing that had the score on it for the SEC ABC games was way better than the regular one they have on ESPN.
Yeah.
And I like that they made it different to, again, trying to stand out. You know, this is the SEC. This is not just some college football game that you're watching. This is the SEC. So I did like that they kind of made it stand out a little bit.
It's in an SEC stadium, so Arkansas Notre Dame will not be on NBC, right?
No, it'll probably be the primetime game on ABC that week, I would guess. Because they haven't said yet, and I don't know what else would be a contender. But I can't imagine you have a highly ranked Notre Dame team go on the road and they're playing on the SEC network at 11 a.m. I can't imagine that happening.
They also, one of the other elements of this is they also give you more time as a fan to know when the game times is.
Yeah,
because
they're
all on. Because it's not flex, it's not changed. So I think that's another. If you want to look at a positive, that's one of the positives.
Against Notre Dame, NBC at 1:30.
Is it really?
That's what the Googler's telling me.
No. NBC doesn't have the road games.
Yeah, I didn't think they did.
Google's wrong. Google is wrong. Yeah. Now, when Arkansas goes up there, they'll play on NBC.
2028.
Hey, you'll be there, right?
That's the plan.
Yeah.
I'll give that. That's a cool place. It was and it's on Eastern time zone too, which I didn't factor in when I started drinking that day. That we have additional hours.
Oh yeah, you licked the pole at the linebacker. That's right. I remember that. Yeah.
Tradition.
Yeah.
Tradition.
Big Mike has texted in. Ohio State Michigan is the best rivalry right now. Well, they did have a incident, some pepper spray following the game last year. So that's a little bit more interesting than your regular run-of-the-mill rivalry, I guess.
Did Cement Head tell you that we're going to the Big House for that game this year?
I've heard you talking about that, yeah.
I'm excited.
That'll be pretty good.
Mr. Brightside going off in the third quarter. Yeah. Getting to hear that. I will say, and I'm forgetting the, this is going to sound dumb, but Florida, what song did they play at Florida in the third quarter?
Is it Don't Back Down,
yes,
Tom Petty?
Tom Petty, thank you.
Because he's from Gainesville, right?
Yeah. Oklahoma's now playing the late Toby Keith during third quarter. So Arkansas kind of bounces around with their. Let's add. Sometimes I try not to pile on, but this has to be said because I remember what it was like, and winning versus what the team is now, it's different. But the game day atmosphere has also gone downhill in Fayetteville. I would say Baum Walker's the only place that it's gone up. I'm hoping Bud Walton is better this year than it was last year. For whatever reason, it's just a weird, funky year with Cal in year one. I hope that changes this year. Hopefully, they've got Baylor coming in there. They'll have Kentucky coming in there. There'll be better games coming in there this year. But it's just like Razorback Stadium, the in-game atmosphere compared to like even a decade ago during Bielema. It's 9-day different to me.
It's very forced. The thing I would think, whatever decision they make regarding what they do or don't do at these games, I would say the thing you can't lose sight of is the crowd is the star of the show. All right, so whatever you're going to do, does it enhance or does it take away from the crowd? When you throw the weather up there in a timeout, it just kills the atmosphere. Or when you have, what's their names, talking about throwing French fries into a toilet seat or whatever they do. I mean, it doesn't do anything for anybody. All right, and I get you got to make your money or whatever it is, but I mean, it's just like. And there are times where, they're shushing the crowd so they can go hawk some product down there. Hey, hold on, we got to do this. Got to do the smile cam now. All right, everybody, shut up. We'll do the hog call later. I mean, it's just very forced.
It's compare and again, it's not necessarily a good comparison. And like 2021, place was rocking because they were good. But like going to Athens, going to Ole Miss. Which like when have we ever talked about Ole Miss? Like when I went to Ole Miss a year and a half ago, it was a better game day atmosphere in the last 3 or 4 years in Fayetteville. Yeah, and it's just like. There's no like I've seen this place at its peak.
But how was the Tennessee game though? Was that good?
I haven't been to Knoxville yet.
No. I mean here last year when Arkansas beat them.
That was awesome. And again, it goes back to the element I presented at the beginning.
You got to have stakes. You got to be good, and you got to have stakes. That's the main deal. That's why baseball. Although baseball does do, like they don't overproduce the game. I would say football and basketball they overproduce it from a stuff standpoint, but baseball they just slide a few things in. They don't go crazy with all the.
It's kind of old school. It's still an old school.
Yeah. And the organ is kind of is a cool throwback thing too. Although they also play regular music too, but they don't overproduce things. Is what I would say.
I was sitting in the Tennessee section for that Tennessee game, so that made it that much sweeter.
Yeah, that was probably pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Good. All right. Speaking of Cement Head, Mock Legal Solutions has their location in Sallisaw open now, across from the courthouse to better serve Sequoia and LaFleur County. They'll handle family law. Jackie Mock has 13 years in car wrecks, slips and falls, and dog bite cases. She'll get the insurance check or wreck check for you. Go to mocklegalsolutions.com and get started. They offer flat fees, all right? Low down payments, payment plans, they'll work with you, all right? mocklegalsolutions.com. mocklegalsolutions.com. Grill Bill's coming up. Stay where you are.
Exclusive coverage at the Fayetteville Regional, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Arvest Bank, and Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better series than what we got right here. It's Wednesday, May 28th. I'm Bill Reed. That's your 4029 news update. A lawsuit filed against the Oklahoma State Superintendent and Board of Education will be in front of a judge later today. The lawsuit questions whether the social studies standards approved by the board should be tossed out. The city of Bentonville is asking people for input on the downtown square and its future as the city continues to grow. They can come give their opinion today from 4 to 6 at the Rotary Room of the Bentonville Public Library. COVID-19 will no longer be recommended for healthy children and pregnant women. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. making the announcement. It's day 4 of the search for an escaped inmate who also happens to be a former police chief from Northwest Arkansas, who ran hard and escaped from the North Central Unit in Calico Rock. From the River Valley to Northwest Arkansas and everywhere in between, make 4029 your home for the best live, local, and late-breaking news.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey gang, Blake Young here with Wood Power Sports. Currently, we are overstocked on select Polaris, Honda, Kawasaki, and Can-Am product. If you're in the market for a new side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle, come see us soon. We're about to blow these out, and I can promise you they won't last long. Also, these products are high-demand products, not your typical on-sale stuff that no one wants. Our deals won't be beat, and your buying experience will be unmatched. We look forward to serving you. Wood Power Sports, solid name you can trust.
Start the weekend at Indigo Sky Casino. Fridays in May from 6 to 10 p.m. Play for your chance to win up to $10,000 cash. All month long, play for your chance to win over $1 million in total cash and Go Rewards prizes. Come stay and play at Indigo Sky Casino, the area's premier gaming destination. Enjoy delicious food, ice-cold adult beverages, live weekend entertainment, luxurious hotel suites, and more. Experience the Indigo Sky difference. Highway 60 west of Seneca, Missouri. IndigoSkyCasino.com for details.
The biggest focus in America today is on your health, and more people are looking beyond pills and steroids and surgery. Hey, it's Tommy Kraft at QC Kinetics. They've been on the cutting edge of this medical revolution since 2018. Using regenerative medicine, they've helped tens of thousands of people get lasting joint pain relief using natural treatments that harness your body's own healing power. The truth is, regenerative medicine used to be an alternative treatment, but now it's mainstream, and QC Kinetics is the nation's leader. Their well-respected protocols include potent and powerful cellular-level treatments to revitalize and restore damaged tissue. They're not masking the pain. They're going after the very source of it. Hey, you can say goodbye to that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetics in Northwest Arkansas.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning, life, and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. No application fee if you apply by May 30th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
What's going on the grill tonight? If it's from Richard's Country Meat Market, you know it's the best. From sizzling steaks and bacon-wrapped fillets to gourmet burgers and fresh kebabs, Richard's has everything to make Father's Day a feast. Grab a Richard's gift certificate for the grill master in your life. And don't forget the home-style sides and desserts. Call ahead for curbside pickup at 479-443-0000 or visit them at 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville and find them online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Needing an electrician? Call the pros at Mr. Sparky. All of our certified electricians provide 5-star electrical work. If you have problems with an outlet, blown fuse, ceiling fan, need a panel replacement, or even a safety check, we've got you covered. Day or night, 24/7. And all of our work is 100% guaranteed. You can trust your electrical work with Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
KKS Goshen Fayetteville, K237GR Johnson. Arkansas football begins in 94 days. Coming to you live from the Crane Automotive Team Studios. Covering the Razorbacks like no one else.
The one thing that the coaches and the people who are opponents to talk radio are totally right about is it is by nature a negative process. Losing is better than winning.
Derek Ruskin.
I want to talk to the idiot who put that moron on the air.
Zach Arns.
I think this building should be condemned. There's serious metal fatigue in all the load-bearing members. The wiring is substandard. It's completely inadequate for our power needs. And the neighborhood is like a demilitarized zone.
Like it or not, another hour of Ruskin and Zach starts right now.
All right, we are back here on ESPN Arkansas and the Hit That Line Now app, which is brought to you by Taco Bell. Got a lot going on here. 877-377-6963. Get those texts in. You know what time it almost is. We'll get to it. Woo! Guys, very excited about this.
I've heard about this segment for whatever reason. I haven't been able to listen to it. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, it's a new thing. Tyler with a good suggestion. Ty going behind cathedral lines when you go to Notre Dame. It's a pretty good idea. All right, this is the drive home. It's powered by Mr. Sparky.
Need a licensed electrician to service your home? Give us a jingle, or just use this one.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
For local pros, call Mr. Sparky.
Look, another player's rung the bell. That means he did his personal best.
5 million dong.
So nice to just be a hot girl. You just cakewalk through life.
Woo pig.
It's true. You want to post that statement? You'd be lying.
I have no counter to that, sir. The defense rests. Another text coming in here on Ben's call earlier. Baseball doesn't have made-up trophies every other weekend to get hardware.
Jeez.
All right. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready to go?
Let's go.
Welcome to Grill Bill, where we torch the new guy with pointless questions, think hee-haw, underwear, overdone steak. Let's waste everybody's time.
Yeah, just answer the question. Does Scott Hastings have any good Bill story?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. Is the tush push legal in rugby?
It is. And at the Hodeo.
Grill Bill, everybody. It will continue. All right. Get your Grill Bill questions in right now, 877-377-6963. Don't ask questions we've asked before because that just makes the thing boring and not fun. All right? So let's load them up here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline and let us know what you want to know. Do you have a question for Bill? Do you have a question about Bill? Do you have something going on and you'd like Bill's sage advice? Whatever it is. There you go. All right. Here we go. Tyler from South Korea. Bill, what do you like about Arkansas the most?
I'm probably supposed to say the bike paths.
No, you don't have to say
Do I not?
No.
For all the granola people in Northwest Arkansas.
So that's it?
Yeah. I mean,
you can't think of anything else.
No, I can't. You know what? Cost of living.
Okay. All right.
Dude,
it's a very practical answer, but it's a good answer. Andy, should I roll my old 401k into my new employers?
No. Get a Roth IRA and just get out of the 401k business.
Okay. Gilligan, is it true every radio host is required to mention barbecue, Walmart, or the Razorbacks at least once an hour?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
100%.
We've broken that rule a lot around here. People want to grill Ty. Okay. We might do that. Let's see here. Who do you dislike more, me, Ty, or Zach?
I'm gonna have to go Zach because I've known him longer and he's not here to defend himself.
Oh, good. All right. The old knife in the back attack. Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Let's see here. Best bottom shelf whiskey.
Ooh.
I'm not big on liquor.
Okay.
McCormick's terrible, isn't it?
Big Mike loves the Old Crow. We've talked about that many times with Big Mike through the years.
Don't drink rich and rare. You'll end up in Washington County.
we don't need that.
Don't do that. Can I ask WT's question?
Yes.
Blondes, brunettes, or redheads?
Redheads are nuts. I think that's well established. And I've had better relations with brunettes.
Wow. All right. Well, there's a drop for you, Abner.
I forgot about Abner.
It's the old adage, have fun with blondes, marry the brunette. I think someone told me that. Wise sometime.
Let's see here. Okay, let me save that one for a minute. I like this one most. David wants to know, and this is a good question because you did work in California for a while. Who's the most famous person you've met?
Probably the Terminator.
Arnold.
Yeah.
Governor.
Surprisingly, he's not as big as you think he is. I mean, he's obviously stacked, but he's not a tall dude.
Yeah.
I looked him dead. I mean, actually, I looked down on him. I'm 6'2". He's not.
All those Hollywood people are small, though.
A lot of them are. And I also Jermaine Jackson.
The Jackson 5.
Inadvertently offended.
I don't know who that is.
It's in the Jackson 5.
Michael's brother.
One of Michael's brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a go-to most famous person you met, Ty? Do you have one?
You mentioned Musburger earlier.
You
met him in Stillwater, Oklahoma back in, I think it was 2014. His voice, I mean, I can still hear it to this day. Young man, can you take our picture? Because I'm in it. I'm the college kid that's asking one of my icons, one of my heroes to take a picture with. And yeah, he's up there for me. If I could meet anyone, though, in broadcasting, it would be Gus Johnson because I would not be in sports radio without Gus.
I kind of met Vern Once.
Lives in Steamboat, by the way.
Yes, he does.
Does he really?
Another
Yeah.
Colorado reference. That's right. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a Rocky Mountain Minute. Hold on, please.
Is
Haven't had
Coors,
one of those in a while.
is Coors Light truly the best beer because it's
No,
from the Rockies?
no. But I will say this: if you're planning a trip to that city up in the clouds, I'm not allowed to say it.
Oh, is that a rule that they
It's a
established?
rule.
Okay.
But the brewery tour is actually one of a very cool things.
It's cool.
Yeah, and Golden's it's on the outskirts of town. It's worth going.
Okay.
The tour's worth it. It's free. You get a free drink. You get a couple.
Okay.
Let's go.
That sounds good, right?
It's a Ruskin and Zach, Bill, and Tagalong Thai field trip, it sounds like.
There we go.
Do a
Yeah.
live show out there.
That's right. Let's see here. Lane, Bill, if you had these people as your wingman in a bar, who would you want? Van Horn, Juracek, or Sam Pittman?
I like a challenge. Let's go Juracek.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Dude,
That's
Pittman,
probably the worst choice.
Pittman would be the best wingman of that crew. It's not even close.
He's very gregarious,
He-
right? But he might have. Now, this is in a hypothetical world where he's single, right?
Yes.
He might end up taking the girl because he's got the personality. He's got the riz,
Yes.
right? You got to worry about that.
Pittman is objectively hilarious. Like, if you get him, and he's funny in big settings, but if you ever, like, get him in a small setting that's not like a press conference type, he's one of the funniest people I've ever listened to.
He had a quote. We didn't talk about this, but there was some article today about offensive linemen in college football and how it's harder to keep them together. He had a great quote in this thing where he's like, people are coming in here now and like, Coach, it's going to cost this much. And I'm like, dadgum, man, you played 2 games. Pretty direct. Let's see here. I had another one here. Let me find it. Did the most famous person.
GT West and Springdale's.
Let me see that here. Hold on. Scrolling. Okay, a Woo Pig Steven. While I look for that. Bill, is the hokey pokey really what it's all about?
Well, apparently, yeah. I think it is.
All right.
Does Zach ask you like 30 questions in a minute on this? I could just see him being like,
Ooh. Okay, I see it now. West from Springdale. Bill, length of your shorts above or below the kneecap?
They are right at the kneecap.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Wranglers, if you're wondering.
Okay.
Wrangler shorts.
Yeah.
Not the jeans, the shorts.
The shorts.
All right.
Let's see here. Have you been out of the country and where?
I have been to Canada and I've been to Mexico.
Okay.
I've not left the continent, no.
Okay.
Cabo and Toronto for anybody else.
I've been to Cabo. Where'd you stay?
I don't even remember. It was 25 years ago.
All inclusive?
Yep.
Our boy.
Even the water. They gave us the good water.
What's the
You want to know what my mistake on that trip was?
Drinking the water?
Went to an Outback Steakhouse, had an iced tea and the salad. That's where the water got me.
Ugh.
I had the revenge on the flight home.
The food, and I'm not picky. The food was so bad at ours. I had to order a Domino's pizza mid-trip just to actually get something I could.
Yeah.
You know what was
fork
good on my
down.
Cabo trip? I ordered an omelet with that city where I'm from.
Mhm.
And instead of
or a Western,
yeah, instead of green peppers, they used cactus. It was actually really
It
good.
was good?
Yeah, cactus and an omelet was good.
It's gonna sound stupid. Wasn't it like prickly? Was it prickly?
No,
Okay.
no.
they shave it down, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what they did, but it was good.
Britton wants to know, Bill, would you trust Ty to be the navigator on a trip?
No.
Okay.
Nothing personal, but no.
Slap in the address to Google Maps or Waze. We're good to go. What do you mean, navigator? It's not what we.
You seem a little flaky, to be honest with you.
That's fair.
I've seen all the drops in the computer.
Just
they're half you and half me.
I'm just kind of
Rick.
Go ahead.
Rick wants to know, why do you have to take things out of your overweight checked bag and put them in your carry-on bag going on the same plane?
Because the airlines are making $7 billion a year. That's
right.
why.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. Josh wants to know, Bill, at what age can I wear Velcro shoes?
Never.
Okay, all right.
Get the Skechers slip-ins when you get that old.
Larry from Oklahoma, do these jeans make my ass look fat?
Always. Just don't tell her that.
Ty, how do you like your steak cooked?
Oh, good Lord.
Medium well. I'll stand alone.
Okay.
Not me, not well done, but medium well.
No.
Burger, steaks, medium well.
You're a better man than me.
What do you do well done?
I do.
Oh.
And I've gotten torched for it.
Okay.
Yeah. I heard, they were going in Indiana, the TNT crew. What was that? St. Elmo's?
St. Elmo's, yep.
Yeah. But apparently Barkley eats them well done, too.
Yep.
Oh,
I did hear that.
I can't believe it.
Halliburton was clowning him for that.
Yeah,
too.
well, good. He should. Hope old man Halliburton was, too.
If Arkansas goes to the Final Four next year, knock on wood, I will bring you back some of that cocktail sauce because it is the best you'll ever have. It's phenomenal.
If they start going to Final Fours, I maybe have to get back into the travel game with this here radio station. I'm just saying. It may be time. It may be time for Ruscin to hit the road again.
It is nice because I get asked. It's like, how do you get? It's like, well, the guys I work with are all like 15, 20 years older with me for the most part.
They don't want to go
They don't
anywhere.
want to go.
That's right.
And I mean, Tommy just wants
until it's a Final Four or a trip to Notre Dame, and it's like everybody wants to go, right?
Tommy just wants to sit on the back deck and watch it, and I'm sitting here, singles a Pringle, no kids, no nothing, no dog until I guess this year. I'm like, I want to go to these things, watch them. Hopefully, do something special. But yeah, it is in Lucas Oil Stadium next year. Not that
there you go.
Not that I've thought about that trip and that possibility already.
Let's see here. Bill, do you put ketchup on your steak like Ty does?
I do not.
Okay, that's one redeeming.
Not
quality.
that saying it was just one time is okay with anything, but it was just one time.
But
Like I did that one time.
But you still did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pass-fail class. You failed.
Fair.
Graham wants to know, is Ty a rental host? Yes.
Yes.
He's not a stupid ass, but he is a rental host.
Oh gosh. Well, no, that
I'll give you this.
I think I fit the bill.
You're logging the hours this week, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, man, happy to be here.
But you are what you are.
I think I fit the bill, the latter of what you just said to me. Just if we're being honest, I think most people would. I think every one of our staff members would also agree with that too.
Arturo, did Craig Morton taking the Broncos to the Super Bowl prove he's better than Staubach?
No, but he did take us to our first Super Bowl.
He did.
27-10
in the Dome.
77.
Yep, that's right.
Ricky in Boonville. Bill, does anything good happen after 2 a.m.?
No, especially at the Bentonville Airport.
There's nothing going on there.
No,
not a thing.
And you got to have Google Translate to get home.
I was worried they're gonna have to wake up somebody and get them from their house to come, get the gate over there or whatever. That's what I was worried about.
Did you see Gilligan's?
Yeah. Colton wants to know, Bill, what would you say to Bubby Brister? What a question.
Well, I'd say thanks for the 5 or 6 games that year. He held it together. Although I've also heard that Bubby's kind of a knob. That he's a little bit of a loose cannon.
Okay.
Have you ever met Steve Atwater?
Not an acrobatic deuce, but
no. And no, I have not met Atwater. I have not.
Razorback, great.
Smart assassin.
I don't know. When you're a kid and you remember things, like you don't remember them correctly. But I swear, back then, I would go to games with my parents and I would like halfway pay attention. But it seemed like every time they were on defense, they were calling Steve Atwater's name. And every time they were on offense, they were calling Barry Foster's name. Every single time. I don't remember anybody else on the team in that era as a kid going to the game.
Well, and you guys, and I'm going to be old man on the couch here. Atwater ended Christian Okoye's career with that one hit.
The Nigerian Nightmare.
One hit on Monday Night Football will do it.
Yeah.
Watching old school NFL and college football and how he was just perfect for that. Like some of those hits would get you thrown out of the National Football League today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he knocked out 3 people, including himself in the Green Bay Super Bowl to end the game. He took 3 people with him.
That's one way to do it.
You can't do that these days.
Oh, that's a good one. Andy Moundhome, most arrogant talent in ESPN Arkansas.
Again, because he's not here and I've known him the longest. We're going to throw Zach under the bus. I'm going to hear about this tomorrow, but we'll do it for now.
Now, Zach's hopped up on pain pills. He's not listening right now. What do you think Zach is watching right now, Derek?
I don't know.
Kenzie basketball tape.
Yeah, maybe. It could be.
At least he doesn't have to pay for college. He's going to get a full ride playing basketball.
Probably. She's good.
Corey wants to know, Ty, did you ever figure out if you have cloth or leather seats?
Cloth.
Okay, all right.
That took way too long to figure out, though. But yeah, cloth.
Steven, Bill, can you drive a stick?
Yes, learned on a stick.
All right.
Let's go.
There you go.
I've actually only had 2 automatics in my life. Everything else was a stick.
What do you have now?
An automatic.
Oh, okay. It's the second one.
Yeah. The first one was a 71 Nova. I was the cool kid in school.
Bill, would you consider Ty to be a company man?
I think at his heart, yes.
He is a company man. He's a credit to the firm.
I mean, he works with the boss, so he has to be.
That is a very unique position because you get a 2-hour audience every day with him. So you can, throw some ideas in there that, might be beneficial to all or nobody.
Let's just say my lips are a little looser when I come on with you guys than maybe they are from 9 to 11 a.m.
Right.
Right or wrong, that is just the kind of the mindset you have to have. So you don't want it like him getting texts and calls during the show or something.
Matt in Huntsville, Bill, could you land a plane in an emergency?
I think I'd have a better shot than a lot of people.
Okay.
My dad was a pilot. We used to go flying every Sunday.
Okay.
I think I'd be all right. You can take your chances with me.
Okay.
I think we've done this one, but I don't remember the answer. Have you ever had a shower beer?
I have.
Okay, all right. Our mind was blown.
Not in the shower, but it's been up on the railing.
Okay. Our mind was blown like 3 years ago when we had Bubba Carpenter on there. He's talking about a shower beer. We're like, what is this? And then everybody's like, oh, yeah, you don't know about shower beers? What are you talking about?
You're saying Bubba let you know, or you guys let Bubba
Bubba
know?
let us know about a shower beer. I think he was telling us something about being in the bigs or the minors or something.
3 years ago was 2022.
Okay, maybe it was 4 years ago. I don't know.
Still, y'all really didn't know what that was?
I didn't know what it was, no.
You didn't know hemorrhoids yesterday. So what are you talking about?
That's the pot calling the kettle black.
Also, I'm happy to report none of the hemorrhoid content made the podcast yesterday, so you're welcome.
That's good. Brian and Rogers, this is an Ask Ruskin question.
Yeah.
Ruskin, have you confronted me about hoarding the Roback shirts?
We talk about it every day. Every day. Now, Ty is making it good. We've got a deal, and we can send in and get some stuff. But, yeah. But generally, the way this works, Ty, is if we're going to do the thing, we have to have at least seen the product with a deal like this. When you're talking about buttery smooth shirts, and I've never even seen one of the things, it's kind of, I feel dishonest to the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I have a little bit of credibility left, not much, but a little. So.
We are going to be. Got to get with Tommy on this. We're going to give away a $250 gift card to Roback.com.
There you go.
We got to get the details ironed out for that. But yes, that is I promise, Brian, that has been taken care of for Ruskin. I think Zach's complained more than you have. You've kind of complained, and Zach adds the extra level when it comes to berating me about something. You start with it as a joke, and then Zach just goes in full stop. And it's all in good fun.
This is a great question from Andy again. Is it okay to eat pork during a Razorback game?
Yeah, I don't think there's any bad time to eat pork.
Ty, do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't withhold eating bacon or pork. I do like when you go to either Baton Rouge or in a away venue and you see them doing the whole suckling pig. I think that's cool. I think even though it's one of our own, that it's cool. I feel like when you're walking around.
I don't know that I would go out of my way to eat tusk.
No,
but
like the white things?
No, the mascot.
Like a wild boar.
Okay.
You wouldn't eat roasted boar.
I thought you were talking. I thought you were literally talking about tusk.
No,
I was like,
but I'll go pork chop, bacon on a burger. Sure.
I kind of want to try kangaroo after Peter called in yesterday.
Yeah, where can we? Do you think Richard says kangaroo meat over there? Richard's Country Meat
I
Market?
bet they could get it.
They could probably find it. You're right. That's probably true. Gilligan wants to know Beverly D'Angelo or Christy Brinkley.
Christy Brinkley.
It's a great
Who's
question.
the first one?
Beverly D'Angelo is the wife in Vacation, and Christy Brinkley's the girl driving the red car.
Why is that even a question?
I don't know. Beverly, there's the case to be made for Beverly D'Angelo. Just saying. Let's see here. Have they overdone the John Wick movies? What an odd question.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the Top Gun 3. What are we doing?
Yeah.
But they brought in Anna de Armas to the fold, so that's gotta bring it up a little bit, right?
No.
I
mean, how many fingers can he lose? They've done it. They've overdone it. Should have stopped. Really, they should have stopped.
Keanu Reeves keeps cashing that check, though.
Well, of course
he's not doing that pro bono for free.
What a gig, though. What a gig.
You
go get $35, $40 million and just keep cranking. Everybody's set for everybody gets rich.
It's like the Fast and Furious movies.
I know, right? Right. All right. Let's see what we got here. I lost it. Hold on. Bill, what's the fastest you've ever driven a car?
I think I cracked 120.
Okay.
Once.
Yeah, we got to 120 in my friend's dad's Maserati. It was cool.
I was going to Wyoming. No, I remember it. I was going to Wyoming to get fireworks. Wyoming has good fireworks.
Do you want to cross?
We didn't know that either.
Wyoming has good fireworks. You got to go just you go from Fort Collins. It's about an hour up to Cheyenne.
Okay.
That's where you got to go for fireworks.
Man.
And it's just a straight shot. There's nothing in Wyoming to see.
Goodness gracious.
Brennan from Fort Smith. Question for Ty. If a snapping turtle was 5 feet to the right of you, would you jump in fear or simply say, whoa, check that out?
Jump in fear. He may or may not have encountered what I did when we saw snapping turtle. I freaked out. Snakes and snapping turtles and sharks are not my cup of tea. I'm freaking out.
So Denver has bad fireworks?
Well, clarify. No, everything's illegal. They don't even do sparklers anymore because they burn too hot, and the fire department always comes out and puts on that display of how you can burn down an entire state with a sparkler. You get the little black snakes. That's about all you can get in Denver.
Didn't they
Wow.
Isn't Colorado known maybe I'm thinking of Portland, but don't they?
It's a big
big
difference there.
Any drugs go in Colorado, or am I just thinking Oregon?
Well, no, Colorado was the first to do legal marijuana,
but they do anything, right?
Well, now mushrooms were a couple of years ago. You can get mushrooms,
but they're worried about fireworks.
Yep, 100%.
Can't they just tax the crap out of the fireworks and bring them back?
I don't know.
Okay.
So you went up to God's country up in Wyoming and
yes,
got you some real ones.
Hey, by the way, enjoy. You said you're getting a dog later this year. Enjoy your last 4th of July of peace, because dogs and 4th of July, it's a friggin' nightmare, and it goes on for 4 days because people don't stop, man. They just keep blowing up small pieces of their yard day after day.
What kind of dog do you guys have?
They're Havanese. They're rescues from, again, a state I hate, Missouri. Up there running a friggin' puppy mill. Fix your state, Missouri. Come on. What are we doing? God almighty. Anyway.
I might get my dog from Oklahoma, which might be worse.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it matters. Maybe it does. They hate fireworks, though. They hate thunder. They hate when planes fly over. It's a lot, dude. It's bad. Anyway.
He's kind of silently encouraging me not to get a dog.
No, yours will be different, though. It'll be better for you. And then in my last life, the dog I had couldn't have cared less. Just people are blowing up the street. He didn't care.
Bad and happy.
Yeah, he didn't care. Yeah, unfazed by all of it. The one time he freaked out is we saw a mouse in the house, and he ran upstairs and hid under the futon, and we couldn't find him for an hour. We're like, "Where'd this dog? Did he run out? Where'd he go?" But if we found him hiding up under the bed or whatever upstairs.
Can I tell a quick story on that?
Yeah.
So we had a class bunny back in the 5th grade. His name was Oreo, and for a week straight, we couldn't find him. Turned out he got, the paper underneath the couch that underneath the couch.
Yeah. That protects the springs or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah.
He got caught in that, and the couch started to smell. So what is that? And turns out Oreo was just, I don't know, buried alive, but he's just there. So we had a funeral in it was either 4th or 5th grade for this buddy. Most of it had never encountered death before 4th or 5th grade, so it was pretty sad.
The teacher didn't have that in the lesson plan.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Mike points out it lasts for days and days because Ruscin, they keep finding fireworks that they missed. Oh, I forgot about these. All right, let's go. That's a good answer. Cement Head, by the way, it's called a dust cover. The thing you were talking about.
Thank you.
I did not have him knowing that, but there you go. Let's see here. Rob says his dog is from Oklahoma, and she doesn't care about fireworks. So maybe it's a Missouri thing. Again, another thing to hate about Missouri. The dogs up there are all stressed out and they hate fireworks. Go figure. All right. Let's see. Do we have anything else here? Last call for Grill Bill questions, everybody. 877-377-6963. Gavin, not a question, just an observation, guys. Shooting fireworks while on shrooms would be quite the experience. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Is anyone going to ask the follow-up to that?
I've never done the shrooms. I know you can get them now, but I don't.
Okay.
I'm not a shroomologist.
Just wanted to clarify.
What is the best and worst Adam Sandler movie?
Ooh, Jack and Jill, worst.
Spanglish is not good. And I would probably go Happy Gilmore. I'm okay with Happy.
It's pretty good. That or Billy Madison. A jump ball.
Spanish Armada.
I just like that they found a role for the dad from Christmas Story in Billy Madison, who plays dad. What is Darren McGavin?
Yeah.
Love that. I like seeing him in there. And I liked it at the end. Spoiler alert. He gave the whole company to Carl because he didn't want to do it. So that was nice. That was a nice thing for Billy Madison to do. And Veronica Vaughn, another high point of
every adolescent.
Billy Madison. I know from experience. No, you don't. Well, you can imagine. Sorry, Chris Farley. All right. Let's see here. Rhett in Missouri. Say whatever you want, Ruscin. Just keep dragging that wallet up here. Shut up, Rhett. I stay in Kansas. I don't stay in Missouri. Funny. All right. That's going to do it for this edition of Grill Bill here on Ruscin and Zach. All right. There we are. We did it. We did it. It happened. All right. Okay, it's 28 after. Drive Home powered by Mr. Sparky. Hey, if you're looking for dinner tonight, how about one of the Bella Vista POA restaurants? They are open to the public. BV65, Lake Point, BV Bar and Grill, and Highlands Pub and Patio open to the public. And check out BV65. It's the new barbecue restaurant there in Bella Vista. You'll enjoy that. Come for the food, stay for the views. Go to BellaVistaPOA.com and find out all about it. BellaVistaPOA.com.
This is Ruscin and Zach.
I'm just effing tired of OU right now.
ESPN Arkansas and streaming on Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
Sandy White Perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Don't take less when you can have it all with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Luxe Cravings boxes. There's the $5 Classic box full of craveable faves. The $7 Supreme box for your swankier side. And the $9 Cantina Luxe box has a whole world of tasty indulgences, including the slow-roasted Cantina Chicken Burrito. Get Luxe for less with the $5, $7, and $9 Luxe Cravings boxes at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
that all day.
I need to sit though.
Finally make a putt. What though? Tap in force.
Golf is back. Shop polos, hoodies, and Q-zips at rowback.com.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing and we're into the NBA and NHL playoffs, and BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline remains the best online source for all your sports wagering information. In between games, head over to the BetOnline casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. Bet online. The game starts here.
Thanks for watching.
To that chronic pain and live your best life. Learn more about this revolutionary treatment and get a free consultation. Call QC Kinetics now. 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. 479-999-1234 for QC Kinetics in Northwest Arkansas.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
479
479
521
521
4220.
4220.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall. Hope you're having a great hump day. Temperatures are going to remain on the cool side today. We'll only be in the low to mid 70s by lunchtime. You'll notice the clouds with a mix of sunshine, but we're not going to warm up too much. We'll stay in the mid 70s to low 80s across the area. Tomorrow is an impact day. We've got showers and storms that can move in overnight tonight. We're going to see that increasing for your Thursday morning, and those temperatures staying well below average. With your Get Ready weather, I'm meteorologist Melissa Hall.
ESPN 99.5. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Giving you the entertainment you deserve. Here's Ruscin Zach.
Fellas, it's National Burger Day today, which we should point out. Now, I've got a chart here from DoorDash based on, their data at DoorDash, which state has, the favorite burger by state, right? I'm ashamed to report that the favorite burger in our state is the turkey burger.
That cannot be accurate.
I'm devastated to report this. How? I don't know. It's Arkansas and Mississippi. The state's most popular burger is the turkey burger. Oklahoma's is the hamburger. Missouri is the veggie burger.
That fits.
Yeah. The closest cheeseburger, Iowa's favorite burger is the cheeseburger, and Arizona's is the cheeseburger. So is Michigan and Maryland. Only 4 states prefer the cheeseburger over or that's the most popular burger according to DoorDash.
I mean, like Tyler,
a chicken burger there's a chicken burger on here. A bunch of states: Texas, Georgia, Florida. That's a chicken sandwich. It's not a burger, right?
I'm going to go on a limb here and say the only city in Arkansas that prefers the turkey burger over a cheeseburger is Bentonville.
And that's probably where most of the DoorDash business occurs, right?
I guess.
In our state.
I can't think of another city that would predominantly order and enjoy. And I'm not bashing on turkey here, but that's got to be like the only city in Arkansas that would prefer a turkey burger over a regular just cheeseburger.
Bacon cheeseburger. Let's get it right.
Yeah, I don't. This is not my. I did not vote in this. Every time I order DoorDash, it's a real American, by God, cheeseburger. Not any of this other stuff. I'll tell you that much. I had one last night, as a matter of fact. It's delightful. But yeah, that's what they're saying here. That's disappointing. They're really letting us down, up there. Because most of your DoorDash happens in your big cities, right? Like you're not. No disrespect, but you're probably not doing a lot of DoorDash business in, Russellville or whatever, right? I mean, maybe there is, but not to a, large degree. So you're right. It's probably Bentonville, Fayetteville, and there you go.
Do you DoorDash? Mm-hmm. Do you do delivery?
I mean, I receive it. I do not go drive the car around or whatever.
I forgot that
it hasn't got that bad yet.
Sorry. He lives in the upper crust in society behind the Golden Gates. Let me ask you, since we're more on the same salary level, do you DoorDash?
I did, because, I couldn't leave the house for almost a year and couldn't walk. So I did a lot of that.
Okay.
While I was
You have a reasonable, valid
When I was stuck at home, yes, I did.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
But
actually.
now.
No, now.
That you're walking and able.
Correct.
It's such an additional charge. And maybe just because I'm a cheap, I can't do it.
Well, here's the thing. So the Chipotle you had probably cost you what, $15?
$12, $12.03.
If you were to DoorDash that, it would have been $25.
Yeah, I know.
But is it worth? It's $10 to get out and fight the traffic, or you just $10 to sit on your butt?
I'm fighting
traffic. Is it worth $10?
Fighting traffic.
Okay, all right. I don't know.
Near Fayetteville High School, they're adding a big old apartment complex because that's exactly what your campus needs is more of that because of how congested it is. Bill and I were talking about this before. Maybe the most congested parking lot in all of Arkansas is that shopping center. That's 2 miles from here. Whole Foods and that whole area.
Oh man, that's
I mean, you getting in and out of there is absurd because you're on College, and it's already busy, and there's not enough parking in that for those restaurants.
You can never park.
No,
if you're going to like Alumni Hall, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, that area.
Oh yeah, that's the worst.
You can't that might be the most congested parking lot.
You're better off taking an Uber and just getting out of the car, having somebody drop you off.
There's my $10.
Can they wait for you while you go get your stuff? Or do they not
pay
do
extra?
that?
Yeah, you can pay extra for
that. You can? All right. I haven't Ubered all that much in my life. I'll tell you that much. I haven't done that. But I never go anywhere, so why would I? I don't get drunk every night.
Yeah, you don't binge drink like me and Bill have to get through. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. No, you're a model citizen that doesn't have to.
I'm at different stages in life, Ty, as you told me one time. We're at different stages in life. That's one of the funniest things you've ever said, and it was not on the air, unfortunately.
Is that true though?
Yes, it is true. We're going, and that's the last time I went to SEC Media Days. Was Hoover, Alabama, and we're talking about the travel, and you were like, "Now I know we're in different stages of life. Do you want your own hotel room?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do."
I forgot about that. That was funny because that was back when when I was doing the early morning show and you were doing the afternoon, and you'd do your morning jog or morning walk or whatever, and you'd walk by Radio Row every morning.
Yeah, I walked around the whole mall hotel complex, and there was a guy out there a couple of days that was running up and down the aisles of the parking lot, like just that he was doing. So we were out there getting work in,
trying to go back to Atlanta this year.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't
That goes
think so.
back to what I said earlier, Bill. No one in this company wants to travel.
Is when are they going to put it in Dallas?
Well, it was Dallas last year.
Oh, it was last year. All right.
Yeah.
That's right. Are they going back to Nashville ever again? You think? How'd that go?
I bet that's it was good. I bet they travel around. I mean, it's just kind of like
They should have the coaches go out there on a pedal pub and just like roll around on Broadway. It'd be funny to see. Lane Kiffin and everybody out there pedaling around.
He's going. Did you hear him go at Feinbaum like on his show?
Yeah, that's great. Awesome.
He's reunited with his wife.
Oh yeah, he's feeling good.
He's feeling good. He's got a good.
Now here's what you have to do, because you have to this is the old Spurrier thing. The more like bravado Spurrier had in the offseason, you could tell he thinks he's got a pretty good team. So is this the way Lane's going to be? Does Lane think he has a pretty good team together? That's why he's popping off at everybody here, or is this overcompensating for the fact that they're going to go 7-5 this year?
Yeah, I mean, when Arkansas strolls in there week 3 and beats him, and he's going to have to reevaluate his life.
It'll ruin everything. She may leave him again. She may. You can't be with that guy. All right. We'll come back and we'll tell you what we learned here in a moment. Ruscin Zach, if he loses to Arkansas, I mean, come on. We've got a regional coverage all weekend long. Somebody said Kansas's bus is here already. So that's exciting, right? Holly was texting that to us here. But our regional coverage all weekend long is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith. Call Chris at 479-646-6792. By Arvest Bank, committed to its local communities. Arvest is ready to help. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, and the Stadium Shop. Get game day ready at the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Regional tees, jerseys, and bases loaded hats. 989 Razorback Road next to Baumwalker, or shoponrazorback.com.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started. Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Northwest Arkansas. Hi, this is Stacy with ProMix Concrete, a division of Ozark Ready Mix. We're a local ready mix concrete supplier, and I'd like to invite you to call our team. We'll provide you high-performance, optimized ready-mix concrete and top-notch service for any and all of your commercial, DOT, and residential construction applications. Call us at 479-480-3060. That's 479-480-3060, and we'll take care of your business. Ask yourself, do you need a mix or ProMix?
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Kerry Earwood in Rogers and Derek Wardlow in Rogers.
Get ready, Arkansas. The first ever Bentonville Barbecue Festival is firing up on Saturday, May 31st at the Momentary, powered by Product Connection. Featuring the best barbecue from Texas, South Carolina, KC, Georgia, Chicago, and locally here in Arkansas, plus over 15 of the top barbecue pitmasters from across the country. That's endless barbecue, live music, cold drinks, and a whole lot of good vibes right in the heart of Bentonville. Kids 10 and under eat free, so bring your appetite and bring your crew. Grab your tickets now and join us for the smokiest, sauciest Saturday of the summer. Visit BentonvilleBBQFestival.com. That's BentonvilleBBQFestival.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym. Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get. Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me. I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real? Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean. And it's made a difference for you? Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text BREAK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful Fed incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BREAK to 321-321. That's BREAK to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey gang, Blake Young here with Wood Power Sports. Currently, we are overstocked on select Polaris, Honda, Kawasaki, and Can-Am product. If you're in the market for a new side-by-side, ATV, or motorcycle, come see us soon. We're about to blow these out, and I can promise you they won't last long. Also, these products are high-demand products, not your typical on-sale stuff that no one wants. Our deals won't be beat, and your buying experience will be unmatched. We look forward to serving you. Wood Power Sports, solid name you can trust.
Bill, where's Zach been the last few days? Did he have too much fun on Memorial Day weekend?
I actually think he had surgery for another Notre Dame fantasy camp or something. Who knows?
Well, I hope he makes it after Crane Kia of Fayetteville this Thursday. We're going to be taking the show on the road.
Should we change the show name? I'm kind of partial to the Derek Ruskin Radio Renaissance.
Let's keep the status quo for now. Ruskin and Zach live at Crane Kia of Fayetteville, 2277 Foxglove Drive, this Thursday from 2 to 6.
ESPN 99.5. Please don't take these guys literally or seriously. Ruskin and Zach on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on the Hit That Line Now app.
All right, we're back here on the program. It's 5:49 on Ruskin and Zach. Zach's supposed to rejoin us tomorrow, and we'll be live, as you just heard, at least in Northwest Arkansas. You just heard this. We're going to be at Crane Kia in Fayetteville tomorrow, broadcasting live, and we will do the Bum of the Week tomorrow at Crane Kia. Let's go here on Ruskin and Zach. All right, so there you go. Okay, what did we all learn? We start with Denver Bill.
Well, I was trying to find something on the baseball team that nobody knew about. And what I found out was over there at Baum Walker, we can thank Norm DeBryan. He scratched it out onto a napkin of what he thought the baseball stadium should look like, where it should be, all that, at some lunch meeting. And I did not know that he had a hand in how it was supposed to be all laid out. I don't know that there's too many ways you can lay out a baseball stadium. It's kind of self-explanatory, but that's the fun fact that I pulled up this morning.
He told a great story in the morning rush when baseball stadium was constructed and built. They went with the green seats. And Coach Broyles called him and was like, "Coach, what color are we?" He's like, "Coach, the green. What color are we?" And because they're obviously green seats, but Coach Broyles was so used to red and white. But I think years later, looking back, it ended up turning out okay.
It's more of a classic look because all the fence is green and all the ads, they make them all blend in. It's more of a classic look.
And the way he's a really good storyteller. Those old coaches are such good storytellers. Like you can tell why they're such good recruiters. Listening to Switzer, listening to Coach DeBryan, like all these old heads, they're great at that. That's an element that I think a lot of the guys today don't necessarily have in their arsenal.
Yeah, that's right. What did you learn?
Sticking with the Denver theme, Denver's one of the few cities in the country that has 6 professional sports teams.
Oh, we got it all. And they're all owned by Walmart.
We always talk about the Ben
or Kroenke.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Kroenke married into Walmart money.
Yeah. The Benville Broncos, baby, coming 2050. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about the Rockies earlier. Obviously, the Broncos flags hanging up there. It's pretty cool. And I know great concert scene. I want to get to Red Rocks and see a concert.
Oh, you've
before it
got to
kicks
do that.
in. It looks unbelievable.
That's a bucket list thing.
But yeah,
everybody should do that.
6 professional sports teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll save my baseball one for tomorrow. And this is really spooky. Remember hearing about, or do you remember the day where Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire shooting the Pepsi commercial? You remember this? You ever hearing about this? That was, it turns out, the exact halfway point of his life. It happened the 9,282nd day of his life, and he died 9,281 days later. That was the exact midway point of his life, the day his hair caught on fire. Isn't that weird?
That was a big deal at the time.
Oh, it's huge. You ever seen that? It's on YouTube. It's weird.
Pepsi tried to kill Michael Jackson.
It's weird, man. I didn't like watching it, but I did once upon a time. Anyway, there you go. That was the midway point of his life right there.
We were talking about hair yesterday. One of the reasons that you and I are both scared to get a buzz cut is that
It won't come back, yeah.
That's what
happened to my dad.
That's what Matt said. Matt said he got a buzz. I think it was a rookie hazing thing of some sort, and I think he got one. And he said his never grow back. So
that's good. Gotta watch out for that. Gotta hang on to it. Oh, let's see here. All right, that's what we learned here today on Ruscin and Zach. Oh, let's see here. No, that's it. Almost out of time. We got hey, the Thunder are on the radio tonight here on ESPN.
Let's go.
Arkansas. Let's try and close out the Timberwolves in OKC tonight. The coverage will begin at 7 here on the radio. So another hour of us, and then we'll hear the ESPN radio broadcast. So that is coming up tonight. Don't go back to Minnesota, man. Don't do it. Don't go back to Minnesota.
yeah, I don't